Hello, and welcome to Dicebreakers, a TTRPG podcast with mostly accurate rules and inconsistent character voices. I'm Alex, your host and GM, and with me are Rowan, Purdy, Mark, and Joe, my wonderful players. How is everybody doing this fine Friday night?
Sup?
You may have noticed that sounded kind of weird when I said that, and I realized that last week I said, as I have done for quite a few months, up to like a year or two, a TTRPG podcast and stream, which we are not anymore. So last week, technically, I lied.
Wow. Dirty liar.
It's a stream of consciousness, though, so...
we all noticed, we just didn't want to make you feel bad.
That's an entire lie, because all of you always want to make me feel bad.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
So let's be real, let's be honest. Okay, so podcast update. We are now going to be releasing the episodes on Thursdays rather than Tuesdays. This is so it gives me more time to edit. Just thought I'd say that now. This one obviously is going to be on Tuesday. You're listening to it on a Tuesday, but I just thought I'd add in that it's definitely going to be on Thursdays from now on, the same day that the YouTube video is going to be released. So podcast and YouTube on Thursdays. That's when they're being released. So it gives me that extra time to make the podcast as good as I can make it. So yes, we do have a recap, of course, and then we'll be shooting straight into it.
You want me to just cut this?
I mean, no, it's fine. Well, I can do it in post.
Just hang out.
It doesn't
hang out for the next minute.
It doesn't even get recorded into the.
No, but you do line it up pretty darn close.
Oh, I line it up perfectly.
Didn't you work out a 5-part harmony for this? Singing like
no, or we could just not do that.
If we do that Discord lag, means it's just going to be completely out.
Everyone pick your note in 3, 2, 1.
That wasn't actually that bad. I'm going to be honest, that wasn't that bad.
There you go.
Cam just shaking his head in the background.
Anyway.
Now I get to hear a recap.
We have a little bit of a recap, so turn up your volumes and have a listen.
Well, wouldn't you believe it? Once again, I find myself in danger, but this time, I'm not even sure if I can trust my acquaintances. Let's start from last Sunday. I'd been hiding in the main campus fountain holding onto the purple dragon orb, so I started my day by running over to Professor Happis and handing that in, which no one said thank you for, by the way. The week got a bit strange from there. Classes were moving along fine, it's the others that are acting more strange. Neva is obsessed with finding Franklin's kidnapper, despite the fact that he's a piece of shit. She's completely delusional, going on about how he's actually really nice and worth saving, which is clearly not the case. She's convinced that Franklin has been kidnapped by one of her home friends, a mistake I am happy to let her believe. Things got complicated when Maisie found a tracking device in Neva's shoulder. They let me take it to Professor Morthagus to analyse, and he told me that the signal can be reversed, but also told me how to destroy the thing. I'm satisfied I made the correct choice. I gave the news to Neva with the broken tracker, and now she's getting all aggressive at me. She threw a mug at my head, and her attitude towards me has not improved since. We changed the subject by making moves on a hint that was given to us by Professor Dinzin for the next orb. She said that we should go have a look at my old friend Barty. We worked out that meant a statue of one of the old strangelings, and discovered a little green sigil of a green dragon, which we assumed was our next challenge. Carla and I were going to look more into it, but classically, Maisie and Neva, the Wonder Twins, had to touch it immediately, teleporting us to the next challenge. Their usefulness as allies seems to change every week. It turns out that the next challenge is a virtual forest, full of levers, statues, traps, all while being pursued by a creature. You'd think that was the end of it, but it turns out the real challenge is dealing with Neva and Maisie, who are both being strangely aggressive, overly emotional and throwing blame over everyone. I think if they don't get their act together, they're going to cause us to lose this challenge. I guess I'll just have to watch and see.
So, How wonderful. It's good music, isn't it? I really like to imagine, although I really should have done. I like to imagine like a crackling fire, an armchair, and a cigar as he just like gently...
No, a pipe.
He gently breaks the... Oh, a pipe, yes, as he gently breaks the fourth wall, as I have done with Cromwell every time. I do enjoy it.
I was imagining the brandy being swirled around.
Yeah, with his tiny little hand and a tiny little brandy cup.
Which is more like a shot glass to everyone else.
Exactly. I went a very different way to you guys. I had the idea of like from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where you've got the guy following the night around being like brave Sir Robin, except it's just like two guys with flutes.
Anyway, so you are in a forest. All of you, in fact, including Jay. And I believe the last thing you did was pull some levers that went to bing, bong, dingity, ding, dong, dang.
We did.
And there's not much else to really go with. Nothing has changed from the last time because we are...
There's a large humanoid creature.
Well, you know, a large humanoid creature going around the edge. But the point is, you're in exactly the same place. No time has passed. It's exactly where we left off. And yes, I did say that in the distance you saw a silhouette in the darkness. It was huge, vaguely humanoid, very gangly, deformed proportions. And it was just kind of standing there. And every now and again sort of darting around. And you heard that low grumbling growl, which I so wonderfully played to all of you. And yes, of course, the sort of cat-like reflective eyes in the distance. So the question is, what are you all going to do?
Run.
I think we should go the other way from the big creature thing. What do you think?
I was totally going to run towards it.
Okay, well, you do that. I'm going this way.
It's not coming at us.
That is true.
It's true.
However, that is now. It could come at us.
I'm going to have a quick look at these levers before we leave.
You've already...
Any markings on them? You haven't looked at them?
Well, as you had already looked at them, you can do another investigation if you want. I don't believe I told you anything about the levers themselves. I thought you were going to pull them. Just to remind you have pulled them.
18.
They dinged. They made different noises.
They went ding, 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 ding.
So you made a nice harmony, I believe, in a C chord. They're very simple. Made of wood, mostly, a bit of stone and some metal for the mechanism, bolts, and sort of general putting it together. Other than that, all of the levers are practically identical. I mean, they're not actually identical, but it's not like the same wood knots and grain. They're just made all identically.
Okay.
I'm fairly convinced that this is just like a way to make us waste our time. Because everything in this forest has just been like something to delay us. From what? I don't know. But everything that we've tried has just been pointless, useless.
I'll keep marking the trees as we go, and we'll keep going the other way.
Oh, did you keep track of where we were when I lost my mind and ran away? Because
nope.
I don't see the marks around us anymore.
I thought we said when we got back, you said we did look and we did find a mark.
Yes, we are back because for where you ran away, at the point of running, we were at a place that was marked because you ran away. Neva stayed behind to tell me that I could hit her, which I did, asserting my dominance. And then you guys made your way back without the use of marks because you were running away from a creature.
That's it. Well, we found that backpack with superior healing, whatever it was.
Not superior. They were greater healings, but yes.
They were given to everyone.
They were totally superior.
They were given to everyone except me.
Well, tell you what, you call them superior, and when you use them, we'll see how much health you get back. So, are you actually going to run away, or are you just...
I have a quick question. Does anybody remember if Neva fully healed, or she only...
No.
Yes.
No.
I gave you a healing potion.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I was like, I don't remember, like, putting in this, but I know I got better, but I didn't think I got better.
No, not better.
Go.
But I can make you better if we need to later, but I'm trying to keeping my spells for the moment.
Hang on, so Macy wants to go towards the creature. Cal wants to run away from the creature.
I don't necessarily want to go towards it. I just don't want to run away from
I
it.
want to go where is best.
Let's.
That fence you're sitting on must be mighty comfortable.
We can always come back
Yeah.
here if we need to, as long as we mark the trees. So let's just keep going.
The thing
away
is, though,
Yeah.
what if we do go towards it? Like, even if it's just a little bit, see if it stays put or if it moves back.
If I recall, it's always the exact same distance away from us, and
That's a
then
fair
just
point.
periodically we see that it's closer.
Just to clarify previously, the eyes, it was hard to tell if they were anywhere between like 50 and 100 feet away, so it never got closer than around like sort of 50 foot. You can really see it. This is the first time you've been able to see a figure and a form.
Is it still the same distance away? The eyes still look the same size? Or has it got
I mean, you can't, like, that's not something you can really measure. You now know that it's, within that sort of
Okay,
50 foot mark.
okay.
but-
Okay, let's go towards it. Say 10 feet, and we'll see if it moves.
Well, hang on. Let's do this. If we're doing this, let's do it in a smart way. Who is at their best on the front line of the fight? So, Cal, you've got your cool armor, and you like to swing around a mace and do stuff. But do you want to be on the front line?
I'm better sort of helping other people attack than I am attacking.
Okay, so we'll say I'm best at range. So say me at the back,
Yeah.
Cal in the middle, and then you three at the front, and we'll do it kind of like a fork.
Jay has a sledgehammer over his shoulder, like, pretty sure I can go up close.
Yes, I wasn't even going to ask you, Jay.
I would like to be in the middle because you kind of hurt me quite a bit.
Yeah, you stay in the middle. Stay somewhere near me so I can heal you if I need to.
Okay, but do you have a reliable way to do stuff at a distance?
No. But I'm also don't want to be up front and die.
Okay.
I think my parents
fine
bring
then.
back one child is enough.
Take this crossbow then. Macy will hand you a light crossbow.
There we go. That's using our brains.
Are you giving me bolts as well?
Yes, I'm just seeing how many I have
You just
left.
got to throw the crossbow. It's a cross throw.
There are six bolts left.
I've got some
No.
crossbow. I have a crossbow and some bolts as well, so I can give you some more if you want them.
How many are you giving me just so I can make sure to keep track of them?
I'll give you another 5.
So I've got 11 altogether.
Okay, so we're going 2, 2, 1, and we'll try and keep it like that. We'll try and be smart about this.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. But if it looks like it's going to be a hard fight, or if it's, I mean, I don't really want to get involved in a fight at all if you can avoid it at this stage. Not unless we absolutely have to.
Rather do that than wander through a forest for however long.
Well, let's just see how it reacts, eh? So
I'll be
we'll
right behind Jay.
Form up in 2-2-2. 2-2-1, I mean.
So you start moving in your little formation towards the figure, and at first it doesn't seem to move. It does sort of stare at whoever's at the front, so Jay most likely, or if you sort of half switch around or whatever, it would be whoever's in front. It doesn't react much. It does have that low growl still going on, the growling as you go towards it. And as you get closer, maybe 30, 35 feet away, it kind of moves slowly, and you lose the line of sight behind a tree, but it doesn't come out the other side. It kind of just sort of goes, and then as you kind of get a bit of perspective, it's not behind the tree. And as you look around, you see that somewhere, in the distance off in a different direction, it has sort of reappeared about the same kind of distance.
Okay, so it's... Yes, so Maisie, it looks like you're right. It's maybe trying to herd us in a direction, possibly?
I think it's just... I don't know what this forest is, but it's not normal.
That's
I think
true.
we just carry on and don't pay it much mind until we have to.
If you look at all the trees, all the trunks are kind of like
Can we
rectangular.
no,
Doing it
am actually going to throw you out. In fact, that's been deleted from the audio. I'm actually not having that going.
Can I make any check to kind of like have a feel of the land and possibly a feel of what direction to go in?
You'll have to be a bit more specific as to what you mean by what direction, because what direction to go in is very vague. You can do a survival check, but you'll have to tell me what you're trying to determine by the right direction.
So, like, it was determined that the thing was possibly herding us. Like, is there... Where I'm standing, and as I look around, I'm trying to, like, figure out if there's anything that I would see that goes, right, okay, we should head that way.
Roll a survival.
19.
Again, with right direction, I can tell you, you don't know what is a right direction. All around you is just forest. You have determined previously that as you walk through the forest, you find different things. But the only things of note in the distance, it would go, 50 to 100 feet before it's just kind of darkness, as, the light doesn't travel that far. And
300 feet.
Sorry, did you say something about dark vision? 300 feet of magical dark? No, it's magical darkness. What a shame. You, apart from that, so the beast in the distance, you can't determine anything that would highlight it to yourself as like a beacon or a direction.
So nothing stands out within the trees then?
Well, I think for the moment we just keep going in a straight line because we've got no reason not to. Keep marking the trees so we can get back if we need to, and just see what we can see.
Okay, this is a weird idea, and I know it's going to sound like a very mazy idea, but bear with me. What if we head towards it? What if that's like this is a trial, right?
That's a
And
But that's what we were just doing.
Yes, but I see what Maisie's saying. Is it's gone over there now, so we'll just
What if it's
it again?
What if it's like an indicator of the direction we're supposed to go? So as long as we can see it, we know where we're supposed to go to find this damn orb.
It's as good as idea as any.
So,
I mean, by the same logic, it could also just be a red herring. I think we've found various things, some of which have proven to be useful things so far. It seems to me like there's just stuff to find.
when we were walking towards the creature, when it teleported to wherever it is, in what aspect was it? Like, we're facing that way and it was here originally. Has it teleported back to the same direction we were originally in, or where?
I was non-specific, but I'll say for your sake it went to your left, about 50 feet to the same sort of direction as you first saw it.
So
left from
it was at say 12 o'clock. It's now at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock, that kind of direction.
Yeah, I think Maisie's got a point. Let's just keep heading that direction. As long as it doesn't teleport back to behind us, we should be okay, surely.
I suppose there's things to find. We've got to find them whichever way we go, so I don't have any objection particularly. I don't have any particular direction we should go in that I can think of.
It's the only kind of indicator of any kind we've got.
Yeah,
You can try it
makes
for a little
sense.
while. If it looks like it's taking us in a circle or whatever, we just don't do it. We'll have to keep marking the trees though.
I will.
So you keep walking towards it. I'm presuming just like, are you taking a steady pace? Are you being cautious? Are you just walking normally?
Just walk.
We're gonna stay in our 221. Just assume that we're always like that.
Yeah. And we're going to be keeping a sharp eye on it. If it vanishes completely, we would stop.
So you keep going towards it, and every time you get, like I say, about 30 feet away, it kind of just gracefully disappears. There's no sense in its direction. It would slightly to the left, then it sort of goes slightly to the right. It does seem to go not quite 180 from around you, but quite far a distance round to the right. And if you were to map a path, it's a little random, seemingly. It's hard to know. Eventually, as you're staring at it, you walk into another one of these clearings that just sort of appears out of nowhere. And you all just start to feel ever so slightly queasy. Not like horrendously sick, just a little uncomfortable, a little like you've eaten something a little off. But can everybody make me a wisdom save, please?
Oh, good. I have advantage on wisdom. Yay!
It's probably worth reminding you, Alex, I've still got Armor of Agathis up because it lasts for an hour from casting. So
Yeah. Is that wisdom advantage against charms, or is it against anything?
It's against anything, just advantage on wisdom.
Cool.
19.
19?
I got 22.
dirty 20.
30-20. And James.
I also have advantage
16.
on saving throws against being frightened, if that is relevant. Or poison.
16. Fine. Let me just definitely not type things. Yeah. To most of you, I'm not sure I've typed to you. You just have this queasiness. That's all it is. This beast is still in the distance, about the same direct distance, and that's about all you got.
Does the sun seem to have moved in the sky?
As I said before, you can't see any suns. In these clearings, when you look up, you can't see a source of light. It's just sunny as if it is daytime.
But the sky changes through the day, so has it changed?
Here, no. There is no difference from the last time that you saw the sky.
Okay, cool. So we're just assuming that there's no day-night cycle here.
I mean, you've only been here, I'd say, half an hour to an hour. It's not been a huge amount of time.
I mean, no, nothing changes. I'm continuing to walk.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in this clearing, then it's just
Nothing you can find. Well, nothing on a first cursory glance, no. Just this queasiness.
I'm going to do a quick investigate and see if I can find.
Sure, you have a little search around.
And that is a 17.
17. You have a look around the edges. I mean, how long are you putting to this look? Because it's a large-ish clearing. It's not huge.
Not too long. I mean, more than just a quick cursory look, but not.
Yeah.
Ages.
So you have a look around, and everything seems to be pretty similar to before. The grass is a little more grown because of the sunlight from above. The trees are still solid, but there's no specific markings or items or peculiar-looking rocks or anything that are.
And there's no particular area that makes you feel more queasy than anywhere else.
No, it's very consistent. It's just sort of consistent queasiness. Although I will say, as you go probably to the edge of the clearing, it fades a little more. So it's not like there is a hot spot. It's just like as you get away from the clearing, it sort of seems to fade.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on here, but I can't see anything. Should we keep going?
Sure.
Very well prepared to keep going.
Okay, let's keep going.
So you keep going, following this beast. Give me some perceptions. I'm assuming you're watching this creature fairly strongly.
Gotta be to follow it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's my perception?
9. Apparently not that hard.
No.
Oh, I don't want here. Perception. Boop.
11.
I got a 9 as well.
7.
Okay, so it's nothing particularly. Oh, Jay gets one as well.
Come on, Jay.
Only got a 13. It's a little better. To be honest, it wouldn't be too hard to tell anyway. I'll say everyone above a 10. So that's a couple of you.
Not me.
It
That's
feels
just
as
Joe.
though,
Yeah.
It was just Cromwell.
and Jay. It seems as though possibly it's a little closer on average to how it was before. Like it was going further away every time, and there's a chance that it's about 10 foot closer on average. It's hard to tell. It's a silhouette. It's lots of darkness, but you might be making some kind of progression towards it. You keep walking. As you step into another clearing, you will approach the center of the clearing. All around you, at the edges of this clearing, up against the trees, these wooden fences, very crude wooden fences, pop up. They're only about 6 foot tall. They got that pointed top, but not sharp, just like fence tops. And from seemingly nowhere, from the infinite abyss of the sky above, a rope drops down. Just low enough so it just touches the ground.
Okay.
Just for, like, from the sky?
You cannot see where it is hanging from. It's just up.
Well, I'm not climbing it because if I do, I'm going to fall off and break something.
I would
Okay.
love to climb it, but I'm scared of falling off and dying.
I'll do it.
Wait, that's the second time you've mentioned death, Neva. The other guys who kept saying that the teachers aren't going to kill us in here, in these things.
Well, no, I don't believe it's going to be the teachers. I believe it's going to be someone like you.
23 to climb the rope with athletic.
No, I don't think we're going to be in any serious actual danger, but I do think that if we die here, we're not going to get the orb.
With a 23, Maisie just up she goes. 5 feet, 10 feet, 15, 20, 30. And you just go up and up and up and up. And as we said before, these trees are like 200 feet in the air. And you get up to the top of the tree level and keep climbing, and you can see this endless abyss of trees. And now that you're getting above with a better view than Neva had, it like literally seems endless. Like you can't see any kind of change. Do you keep climbing?
Can Macy see the clearings that we've been finding?
There doesn't appear to be any clearings.
Can you see any suns?
There doesn't appear to be any suns.
But you said that there was sunlight in the clearings.
There is.
There's just one massive UV lamp somewhere.
Cool.
Yeah. The whole thing is a sun.
Maybe I found like the little hole in the top of the casing of the ant colony, and I'm just.
You keep climbing and climbing and climbing until out of the sky, like it almost feels like there's a cloud layer that starts, like a fog layer that starts fading, and you see a very weird speckle of green. And you keep climbing and climbing and climbing, and there's this moment where your stomach turns. It's the weirdest and most unhinged feeling, as instead of the gravity being below you, the gravity is suddenly above you, and you sort of adjust as you're suddenly the other way around.
Yeah.
You keep climbing what would now be down.
Sure, why not?
From all of
That's
you
why
below,
you've had us in this situation before.
from all of you below, you see Maisie all the way up and just sort of disappear into the clouds, and then you see her climbing back down again. And Maisie, you go down and down and down and down, and then flop, your arms are exhausted. But you've made it the whole way, sort of.
What was up there?
What did you
Nothing.
see?
Not literally nothing. Well, a lot of nothing, but nothing.
You mean trees, like?
Yeah, the nothing is in trees. No clearings. There's no suns. Definitely a simulation like the Red Dungeon, for sure. Like, it's gotta be. I don't know what else it would be.
Different dimension, possibly?
But yeah, I
Which
went
class
like...
do you think it is to be able to do stuff like this?
What?
What class do you think you take to be able to do stuff like this? Like, it's the professors who are doing it.
I don't know, it's probably some magic bullshit.
Illusion,
Yeah, illusion or something.
Your conversation is interrupted by a very loud rustling. You look up into the trees, and you see this beast from the distance is no longer a beast from the distance. It is, in fact, a beast from the clinging to a tree at the edge of the clearing.
Hello?
About 50 feet up, but it's a lot clearer than it was. You can see this deformed beast. It must be about 8 foot tall. Long arms with webbed, clawed hands and feet. Very strange look, especially for somewhere with no water. Its face is gaunt, and its mouth is huge and kind of almost looks melty, like its chin is half attached to its chest with these razor-sharp teeth. And there's this low, rumbling growl that you keep hearing. And there's a nice little image for you to peek your eyes onto.
Nice.
Ooh.
Hey, do you know the way out of here?
It doesn't react to you.
Hello.
That's
This is not in my book. I have no idea what this is.
Well, you could all roll a nature if you wanted to try and discern what it is.
I'm going
If
to draw
you-
a nature. Yes.
Speaking of
14.
Speaking of not in your book, Neva, I keep forgetting that you have a monster manual that you're assembling. I re-listened to some of our first episode of this campaign, like yesterday. I have a question. Neva, what happened... Maisie, what happened to your pet lizard?
Sebastian is still in the room. I just don't talk
Yeah.
about him a lot.
Also, it's a
You've never
chameleon.
mentioned him since.
Yeah.
I mentioned him a couple times, just not very often.
I just think this is canon. It's just like looking up at this beast and like, wait, Maisie!
Yeah, you were like, oh yeah, Maisie moves the pet lizard into the room. And
You mean
then
the one that's in the
just been-
cage in her bedroom?
He's been gone forever.
It's
He lives
it's
in the
an
cage in the bedroom.
it's a chameleon. What am I supposed to do with it during our normal daily adventures?
Put it in your pocket.
That seems unsafe. That's what a bad pet owner would do.
I can tell you that in a dream, I think taking a creature with you into your adventures will probably mean them dying and coming back with another number on the end of their name. I have this feeling.
Well, creatures that go on adventures with you tend to get a little impish. So the nature rolls.
10.
10,
14.
14,
9.
9.
I
Come on.
didn't.
Fine. No, none of you have any. None of you have seen this sort of thing before. And it is
like
terrifying.
a creature of some sort.
And you can see these small beady eyes sunken into its head.
Hello.
Just stares every now and again, flicking these very jerky and quick movements.
Do you think it's friendly?
I mean, it hasn't attacked yet.
Well, there you go. You see, it's probably all right.
Shoot it with your crossbow. See if it's an illusion.
No,
You
don't
say-
do that.
You were saying
Well,
it
no,
was
because
illusion.
then it'll attack, surely. If it's not.
I've already shot at it anyway, and it didn't connect.
But there's a chance that you missed.
I think you just missed.
No.
My sister never misses.
Thank you.
It's demonstrably incorrect.
I have to tell you, I've seen her in battle. She's pretty damn good.
Thank you.
Was dead. Sorry, I just got a
Yeah, but we were up against a very
imp in my throat.
tough monster. Very tough monster, and she defeated it, but she died in the attempt. But this one, let's not do that. Let's do it without dying. That's my plan.
That would be very nice.
I mean, I could try and put it to sleep.
Doesn't look very tired.
It's worth a shot.
I don't know how I've actually cast this one. So.
Is it worth a shot? Limited energy? Big scary monster?
Well, if it works, then great for
Or
us. We
just-
can try and lose it. If it doesn't work, then we confirm if it's real or not.
Not necessarily, because
And if it's not real or it's non-aggressive, then we can just rest and it doesn't matter.
yeah, but if I try, so my spells aren't very strong yet. So if it's got a sort of a fairly robust constitution, my spell probably won't work.
I think it's worth a try.
Up to you.
There you go. Neither thinks it's a good idea. You were the one who suggested it in the first place, Cal. Jay, what do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, what's the point in having magic if you don't use it, right?
There you go. It's a non-aggressive thing. Like, if I do something, then, it'll hurt it. Your thing, if it works or doesn't work, it's not going to hurt it. Therefore, it might not provoke it. And we will be in 2-2-1, just in case, to give ourselves the best shot.
Well, I'll give it a go then. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to cast in such a way that the area does not affect us, because I don't want us to get hit by it. Sleep.
Sure. I believe you have to make a roll. Or two.
5d8.
Indeed.
22. That's not going to be enough to put it to sleep.
22. Well, what does your sleep look like?
So it would be a mist would start to form. So I'd do this, and a light blue mist would begin to form around it, just like a very faint fog in a sort of hemispherical dome around it. It would swirl a little bit, and then it would sort of just dissipate.
It appears, it surrounds it, and it seems to sort of look around a little, sniff the air with this weird, like, noseless holes in its face. And the mist fades, and there is no effect.
No, I didn't think it would have. It was worth a try, though.
Maybe it sleeps with its eyes open.
It could be, but I'm not going to go and find out.
I think we keep walking to the next clearing. If nothing happens, then we take a rest.
I think we should rest in shifts then and keep an eye on it just in case, we don't get surprised.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm not tired at all, honestly.
From the mist, Alex, did it seem like it was there? Like, does it now look wet? Or does it seem entirely to have been unaffected in any way?
The mist didn't seem to go through it. Like, it interacted as though it were going around a solid object.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So we'll keep moving towards it then. Hopefully it'll move away from us. If it doesn't move away, when we get within about, say, 15, 20 feet, I'm going to stop.
Well, in terms of moving towards it, it's now on the edge of this clearing, so it's very close. It's higher up, but it's close enough that you could walk to the tree that it's at. And if you do so, it doesn't move from the tree that it's at. It's up above you. It's not like you can touch it, but it doesn't shift away from you.
Can I make a perception check to see if maybe it's holding the orb?
Yes, make the perception check.
18.
18 is a very good perception check. Can you make a dex saving throw?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty good at those.
As your eyes attempt to leap out of your head.
I'm not very good at those, apparently, with the natural one.
Oh,
Natural one, oh, whoops.
oh dear. Okay, well. What you see as you look upwards is it's very close. In fact, it's getting very close very quickly as it lurches downwards, hits the bottom of the tree, sort of in a gap that only you are, slices you with these gigantic, well, I mean, I'll confirm. Yes, there'll be a dirty 20 to hit. It slices you with these claws, sort of scrape across your armor and your chest.
I don't have armor anymore.
Slices across your chest as you take 5 damage, and it immediately pounces away. Now, you'll all be fairly close to it, so I'll allow you all to make opportunity attacks if you want to. Not Maisie, because I will say you kind of surprised with your natural one.
I would be too far away to make an opportunity attack in the
Sure.
2-2-1.
Jay,
I mean,
Jay misses.
I got a 14. That'll probably miss.
14 does not hit.
Sacred Flame.
You- This-
Do you have Warcaster?
It has to do a dex. Say again?
Do you have Warcaster?
You can't cast a spell as an
Spell as
opportunity attack.
Oh, right.
It's also a ranged and not a targeted attack.
Well, in that case, where am I?
So basically, in no way
There's
could
a
you cast
lot
that
of
spell.
reasons.
With Warcaster, you could have done it if it was even your melee range, but without it.
I'll hit it with my mace instead.
You'll try to hit it with your mace.
Yeah, but since I'm very poor with my mace, and even if I do, so I'm not going to really hurt it very much. But I go, "Ah!"
You still have to roll.
A bit like I'm going to, but if a bit like sort of, if a beam suddenly came towards you, you go, "Ooh, ooh." And I roll a 10.
What's Neva attacking with? Daggers?
Yep.
So all three of you at the same time just attack. Jay with her massive sledgehammer swing around, slams into the tree, a bit of bark just cracks away. The two of you also smashing, and it's just too quick. Just back up in the tree. It's a slightly different tree, but it's just still staring down at you. And makes you know what a big scratch. It's not that deep, It's not profusely bleeding everywhere. In fact, weirdly, you recognize what should be pain. Like your brain is recognizing pain, but it doesn't hurt.
That tracks. I'm guessing I didn't see anything then.
You saw nothing. You were so surprised.
So did you actually take any damage from that?
Yes,
Yeah.
5 damage.
Yeah.
Natural one counteracts the 18 perception.
As you'll stand there, slightly surprised, maybe heart's pumping.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I mean,
Sure? You got big scratches on your chest.
Yeah, that looks like it'll
it
hurt.
doesn't hurt. Not really.
Why does
Maybe
it
we
not
should
hurt?
work in the opposite direction.
I mean, if it's like anything like it was before, it's just going to be the same distance behind us the whole way.
Maybe we have to deal with it.
It's better than it attacking us.
Which stands to reason, if it can hit us, then we can hit it, so...
That's true. Can I attempt to fire a crossbow at it?
Yes. Roll to hit.
16.
It almost hits it. You're very on target, but just as you're about to, the bolt's about to make contact with its body, it jumps to a different tree,
Bastard.
Yeah. Let me try something.
and the bolt just sticks into the tree.
Magic missile. Just one.
Sure. I was going to tell you to roll. I won't. It through the sky and hits it, and there's a little bit of like a very minimal kind of recoil from it, more from like the impact, and then it kind of just stands there, or well, clings there.
How much damage, Mark?
D4 plus 1.
Sounds like it doesn't matter.
You can roll the damage.
You can.
4 damage.
So can I see if it's actually... Can I see a sort of effects on the skin, or did it just sort of just...
It hasn't left anything residually.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be reacting very much. Interesting, though, that it did react when you tried to examine it. That's very strange. But it doesn't seem to care about
I
us.
literally just looked up at it and it jumped at me.
Yeah, but whereas us attacking it isn't actually making any difference.
We have to get close to it to do that.
I percepted, not investigated.
As you're discussing this, looking up at this thing, you see it, and I will give you this because you would be staring at it. You see it once again dart downwards towards you and slam into the ground in front of you. Very close. I know you're sort of spread out. And as it does so, staring deep into the soul of, I'll say, Jay, can everybody please roll an initiative?
Thank God, something I can do.
God, my rolls are shit this week.
What's this music? It's great.
Mm-hmm. It's from... I always forget the name.
Dark
Dark
Fantasy
Fantasy.
Studio.
Dark Fantasy Studios.
They come from the north.
So, let me...
There we go. There we go.
Actually, no, I'll wait till Blair's back. But I will grab some initiatives also rating. Niva.
12.
12. Cromwell.
It was a 13.
Carly.
19.
Amazing. Oh,
8.
so. The order is going to be, if I can move these around, Carly, Jay, Cromwell, Neva, Maisie, and because of bad rolls, the Beast. Now, I've got it over in that corner. Do you want to place yourselves as you would have been, close to one of the trees, because you were around a tree? And then I'll move it to where it would have landed. I believe Jay was up against a tree. I'll set this one. Just smack it.
So which is the front?
What do you mean the front?
Wait, well, I see. So I'm sort of there then. Yeah.
And Cromwell's just standing out in the open because
Well, it was. We were doing 2-2-1, so I was thinking
2-2-1, yeah.
have it. We'd
that's where it
have.
would have landed.
I was going to keep at least 5 feet between.
So, first to react, Carly. It lands, boom, on the ground. The ground vibrates as it leaves a huge sort of dent in the grass, the muddy sort of grass. How do you react?
Okay, I'm going to mutter to myself, I really, really hope this is our only big fight, and I'll cast Fairy Fire
Okay.
on it. So I do this, and it is surrounded by a shimmering light, which
Yes.
means any attack
This is-
against it has advantage.
Yes, there's this sort of shimmer around it, which almost makes it look kind of pretty if it wasn't so horrifically disfigured. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I don't believe anything else I can do apart from running away and hiding behind a tree.
You're welcome to. You are. Well, you don't know its range, but you are not within 5 feet.
What can I do in my bonus action? Not a lot. I shall just go. Look out! It's in front of us! Like that, in this sort of helpful way.
I think we've got eyes, thanks.
Yeah, we can kind of tell.
Okay. Jay is up next, who is going to instinctively just swing. Just swoosh, tries to hit it with a big old hammer.
You have advantage.
Yes, she does.
I'm useful.
And she gets a 19, which does hit. She impacts in the leg, and you see it. Let me do some damage as well, actually. Please. You guys can all know that she did 13 damage. She impacts it in the side of the leg, and you see its knee. This is horrific, like, as it like completely impacts in sideways, disfiguring. She pulls back the hammer, just like, hey, yeah, and it just sort of like cracks back into place, as though maybe it did damage, but at least there's no effect on its walking. Jay then swears, and we move on to Cromwell.
I am just going to go with a mind sliver to begin with. So could I have an intelligence save, please?
Well, I guess. So much intelligence. It's so clever. 13.
Takes 5 psychic damage.
Okay. So you see, you imagine. What does your sliver look like? Remind me, I've forgotten.
It doesn't have an external effect. I just kind of
Yeah.
jab my wand at it, and it has to it flinches. It,
Yeah.
sees
So
that
it
tentacle coming
definitely
in it very quickly, but-
recoils. You feel like it would blink if it actually had eyelids, but it kind of recoils. And then as it sort of recovers on itself, hunched over, it lets out a much louder roar. It's high-pitched, kind of like a mixture between a very shrill scream, but then like a low guttural raspiness brought into it, and a load of like spittle and stuff comes out of its horrid mouth as it does kind of noise.
It was us doing that chord all together.
Yes, that's exactly what it sounds like. Anything else?
No, it just loses a D4 to its next save.
Wonderful. Neva.
I'm 5 foot away from it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna stab with both my daggers.
Go for it.
When I do that, right, I can never remember this, and you are gonna have to remind me. Do I get a +5 on both D20s, don't I?
On the attacks,
but-
yes. On
Yeah,
the
but
damage.
it's on the hit. I only get it on the first one.
Yeah, you only get the bonus to the damage on the first one.
Yeah.
Until you have a
Right,
feat for it.
The first one's an 8.
That doesn't hit.
Second one's a 9.
So you swing with both of your daggers, and it seems to sort of just like gracefully step out of the way. You were very true with your strikes, but it's just quicker, and possibly there's a little bit of like hard perspective, and you might have just been a little bit grossed out by its knee popping back into place with a horrible crunching noise. Unfortunately, yeah, no damage there. Anything else? You wouldn't be able to do anything else?
She just starts going,
Crying.
no. I did think that, yeah.
Maisie.
When the beast lands in front of us, Maisie's shoulder brightens and she kind of like buckles a little bit to her knee, and the dagger that she just pulled out in preparation to fight this thing gets like a nice coat of bright blue, and she goes in for an attack. But first, hold on. We still have advantage on attacks because of fairy fire, right?
Yeah, that lasts
Yeah.
around.
2.5 hours.
It lasts 2.5 hours.
I might be lying.
It's like 10 minutes, I think.
Is it
It's quite long. Yeah.
so many
It's
numbers.
longer than a round.
1 minute.
There you go,
18 to hit.
An 18 does hit. You sort of charge at this dagger and you'll just jab it through the knee. Like it goes straight through its weird bony leg, through the skin, through the muscle, skimming past the bone. You feel it grind against the bone.
7 piercing damage and 3 lightning
Nice.
damage.
So it hits in, and then there's just this like shock of up its leg that sort of half tenses it, and you pull out the dagger again, and you see this gap. There's no blood, but you can almost see like the skin half flap. It doesn't like seal up or anything, but it doesn't bleed.
That's new.
Anything else?
Nice.
Nope.
It's its turn. It is going to. The first thing it does is it just reaches down and grabs. It was you and. There's 3 of you that made damage. Let me just. No. So it reaches in and just grabs Jay underneath like the left armpit, and you see. Oh, actually, let me roll the hit. Yes, you see the claws dig in like into her chest and back and shoulder. They just crunch in and just lifts her up in the air, maybe 6 feet in the air, just holding her there with this blood starting to drip out of her shoulder. You can see that she's uncomfortable. Jay is uncomfortable, but again, with Maisie, the pain isn't there, so it's a bit of a weird look on her face. It's then going to make a second attack. Fucking hell. There's a natural 20 hit. I didn't damage for the first one. Okay, and then the second one would be. Okay. So you see it picks up Jay, lifts her up, she screams sort of as a reaction, and then realizes no pain, and then it just like squeezes even harder, and you can see like the shoulder on Jay kind of like pops out, separates as one of the claws goes straight through. There's a horrible crunching noise, and she just like falls limp. You can still see her breathing, but it's just like holding onto her as she's just
Has she
fallen
fallen to 0 HP?
Yes.
I'm using a reaction then.
Okay.
In the last few seconds before she falls limp, her hammer just kind of moves, like her hand with her hammer just kind of moves on its own and takes an attack at this thing.
Okay, so you see sort of like she starts to fall limp, and you see this magic. Would it be like a blue magic? Sort of like,
I think the shoulder just flares again. Yeah, and probably like
so on
puppet
your
strings
side it
just-
flares, but on Jay you see this sort of like blue weird haze appear as her arms, because they're heavy, just sort of like swing up, kind of like something reacting to an electric shock. Does it have to be a rolled hit to attack, I presume?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Is it Alex? Clearly originating
Just
from
for our benefit, Rowan, this is something that is very clearly
Well, I
originating
don't-
from you, yes?
We're
That's up to
brain working here.
You said puppet strings shoot out of
It's
you,
up to
so I just wanted to...
I'll say it's not puppet strings, but it's more like a
I just
like
wanted
a
to make sure
lattice
that was the case.
work that kind of just expands from my shoulder.
So yes, it is obvious.
Yes.
Presumably she still get advantage on the attack?
Yes, and I did
Yeah.
roll it, and it did hit.
Nice.
So it does a reaction, it just like slams into its chest, and you see its ribs like cave inwards, or like form this like horrid sunken in section, and as she drops down, it again forms out very oddly, not like properly formed. It's very jagged under the skin, almost like the ribs kind of tried to go back into place but didn't properly. But then she falls limp, and this sledgehammer just to the ground.
Well, fuck.
Carly.
Nice.
Well, I will do a spare the dying on.
Is that a touch?
It is, I think. Just check on that. Spare the dying is touch, yes.
Cool. So you would have to be standing underneath her because she's 6 foot in the air. In fact, I can do that on Tailspire to make this easier. I believe I.
She can fly, she can fly, she can fly.
There you go. So she is 6 feet in the air. So you need to be standing underneath her. Just you'd have to move in if you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So you move in, reach upwards, and pong her on the foot.
I'm not having another one of my friends go down, so spare the dying.
So she is still.
And that would be my action. I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay.
I can do a healing word actually as a bonus action. In fact, forget that. I won't do that. Instead of doing because there's no doesn't make any difference really. Now I won't step in. From where I am, I shall simply step back again. I shall simply do a healing word.
Okay. So you roll the d4.
Which is a d4 plus 5. So that's 7.
Okay. You see Jay sort of like wake up again, still like limp from this, but like her eyes open. Her weapon is on the floor beneath her, so she doesn't have access to that, but she's awake, which is always good. After Carle, it is in fact Jay, and possibly not what you expect to happen happens. She almost starts to like seize. It almost looks kind of like a seizure as her body kind of like twitches, and you hear this cracking noise that initially you think is from this continued grasp, but then you see her limbs start to extend ever so slightly, and her body starts to expand slightly. Her face starts to morph, and her whole body shifts, not into the jackal that you've seen before, but in fact what can only be described as halfway. It kind of looks like a werewolf, except thinner and more jackal-like. As her entire body just like grows muscles and hair and claws, and she just lets out this kind of noise as she's not very happy. Unfortunately, that of course uses her action.
Don't fuck with Jay then.
No. You will look at her like, oh.
Cool.
Okay, that wasn't me, alright? That wasn't me, I just...
you all see Carle cast a spell and then she transforms. Cromwell.
At least I don't think it was.
Obviously not.
Well, first things first, Cromwell says, "Oh my god, she's one of them! Kill her! Kill her!"
Yeah.
But anti-Cromwell, sir.
Third things third. Now I'm the realist.
Oh,
It was third instead of first this time. And then fourth, I'm going to, presuming that Neva has in fact said, no, it's still Jay, I will use my bonus action to make a telepathic connection with Jay and be like, new body, who dis? Is that Jay? Hello?
Yes.
Breaker?
The connection is. I mean, I reckon by now you probably recognize a little bit of a feeling. It is Jay, but like the communication back is very like. It's a mixture of growls and like weird static. It's not a. It's kind of a human brain, but it's. I mean, look at her, you know.
If she can still speak common, then she can still speak to me.
Yes. Whether she can speak common, you don't know, but she seems to understand you.
Yeah, but she can also think common at me.
No, I know, but she's not currently, so you don't know if she can.
Okay. Results inconclusive. It could still be Jay.
She's currently just like thrashing and gripping onto this this claw.
Okay, well, if she attacks one of us, then I'm going to take her out. But I'll just do another mind sliver at the creature.
Sure.
So an intelligence save.
Yeah. 0.
Okay.
Another 5 damage.
Yes. It just sort of flinches again. Oh, that's great.
I'm actually going to move a bit further away as well.
Fair enough. Neva.
Because I've been checking my range, the best she can do is probably stab.
Okay.
Can't you also bonus action disengage now?
I don't know.
I don't know if you took your second level in Rogue, so.
I don't know.
Did you take your second level?
Yes, I have. So either way, they probably won't hit. I've got a 12 and a 9.
Neither of those hit. Yeah, you try to swing again. It moves, and you're distracted by Jay up above. This weird. Everything's just a bit crazy right now. So unfortunately, not happening there. Maisie.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at my shoulder and be like, what the fuck was that? And then I'm gonna move around here a little bit, and I'm just gonna go for its ankles. I'm gonna release the blade part of my chain blade and use it as a second dagger for a bonus action attack, and then main attack.
Stabby.
So big stab first is it's still at advantage. Yeah.
Yes.
Because Kali hasn't been hit.
I haven't been hit
Okay.
yet.
Good, because the first one was a 3. The second one is a 16 plus 6 for a 22.
Good.
Yeah,
And
22 hits.
the second is a 19. Oh no, it's
Hits.
a 18.
Still hits.
Cool. So
I love the difference between the sisters right now.
so many D4s. This one will be lightning. This will both be stab. So 10 stab, 3 lightning.
Cool. As with before, you stab through, and you are kind of like carving and chunking a little bit at the legs, but there's no blood. Maybe a little bit of the flesh kind of just like onto the floor, and then
Like a horrible roast beef.
Sure. I would say more like slightly rotten fish, but yeah. Its turn. It looks down at you, and
Well, I'm behind it. Is it going to turn around?
yes, it rotates around to look at you, which would mean that Jay will also like be turned around to about here. In fact, just
Hey,
above you.
Jay!
And it's going to use both of its attacks. Let me see if it hits first. Could you tell me if a... not going to be rude with that question. Does a 21 hit? It just, like, takes Jay in its hand and slams Jay down on top of you.
Ow.
So you're going to take... 8 damage. Jay is going to take the same amount. So Jay falls unconscious. In fact, actually, I'll just stop flying. Falls unconscious and transforms back into the Jay that you know. There it is. And you were also knocked prone
Oh, rude.
as it just lands on top of you. I think she's technically lying on top of you now, an unconscious Jay. And you say, ow! And then its last action is to turn back to the forest and sprint off.
Opportunity attacks?
You're on the ground, so I think for melees you'd have disadvantage, but you can do it.
But what about the other two?
Yeah.
Yes, they are within... yes, they both can do.
And also it would even out to just flat because of fairy fire.
You know I love my awkward roll 3, take the middleist.
I hate the roll 3. take the middle.
I love it so much.
You're not alone, Rowan. I also hate it.
The middleist is 17.
You just catch it as you slash at his ankles as it gets away.
Once again, this one is the lightning. 1 lightning and 8 piercing.
It's not bad.
Oh wait, no, not
Okay.
8 piercing. 10 piercing.
Oh, okay. The others make an opportunity attack?
Yeah, I'll attempt to hit it with my mace, and 8.
That misses. You swing and a miss.
17.
17 does hit. You catch it in the ankle for the first time as it starts to run away.
6.
6 damage. Okay. Now, it is your choice. It is somewhere in the range of 100 feet away or so, and also climbing up trees. Are you going to even attempt to run after it?
No,
the answer.
I am going to go straight over to Jay.
Okay.
I'm going to suggest that we do, in fact, chase after it. Why would it have run away if we weren't about to knock it out, kill it?
I can't catch up with it, is the short answer.
Well, it might not be able to travel at that speed for very long.
Are we still in initiative order?
If you are planning to run after it, yes. It would be Carly next. If you are disbanding the initiative, then obviously I don't mind.
I'm not going to run after. I'm going to go to Jay.
Okay, well, it is your turn, so you can do that anyway.
So in
What
that
do- what do you-
case,
hang on,
what,
before we do-
what do they think about it? I'm going to go
What
to
do you-
Jay and do spell a die.
Did you spare the back? Okay, so you stabilize it.
Because I've
Okay.
been here before.
Why are you getting the orb so hard? Why can't it just be easy?
I think that's the whole point, if I'm honest.
I've got other things to do right now.
Well, I mean, I imagine, yes. Are we going to go after it, or are we going to let it get away?
I think we should go after it. I reckon the girls at least can catch up.
But they
What do you
can't
think?
they won't be able to take it out on their own.
Well, if you give the rest of your crossbow bolts over, then they can get it from. They can run their crazy long leggy distance and then shoot it.
Otherwise, for an immediate decision, because if you're still in initiative, this isn't a long conversation that you can have. It is sprinting very far,
Make
very
it or
quickly.
no.
I'm on the floor. Sure, I don't care. I'll try.
Let's go. We'll do it.
Okay, so Jay's unconscious. Carly not happening. Cromwell. Neva, how far can you run at your mostest if you're running at your mostest?
How do I?
As in,
So your movement speed times 3 if you can bonus action.
Oh, 90.
Can you bonus action dash?
I think so. Pretty sure.
Are you a level 2 rogue?
Yeah.
You can bonus action dash.
So yes, you can go 90 feet.
Yeah.
So you sprint away, and you do a very all of you are probably surprised, especially Maisie. You've never really seen Neva sprint this fast before. She just disappears at almost the same pace that the weird beastie thing was, and you end up, I would say, about 10 feet behind it, but 50 feet under it. So you catch up while sprinting, and it is up in the trees, but you can see it as it's now sort of clambering through the trees. Maisie,
Hi.
how fucking you run?
60 feet.
Minus 15 to get up.
True.
So you run 45. So you run literally half the distance. You're doing okay trying to keep up, but it's just astounding the speed that's let off from your system.
My body, but especially my shoulder, is hurting pretty bad.
Yes, probably a very throbbing pain.
You didn't take your second level in Rogue? Interesting.
What do you think all this weird shit is?
Stuff for your homebrew subclass.
Which I get at level 3?
Yeah. Not all subclasses are gained at level 3. Wizards get it at level 2.
It continues to sprint. This now through the trees, so just jumping from tree to tree to tree, at the same kind of pace that it was running at. Neva, you can continue going. You're now 90 feet away from everybody. Okay, you keep sprinting at your absolute full pace, and you're about 20 feet away from it now. It's still 50 feet up, but you are losing pace. Not incredibly quickly, but you are not keeping up with it. You're just kind of keeping up with it. Maisie, you're going another 60.
Sure, may as well.
So you'd now be I believe you're 95 feet behind it, if my maths is correct.
I'm not mathing. I just know I'm not
That-
catching up.
that-
So.
that-
It's
is
gone
correct.
200, you've gone
105.
105. So it's very far away. Neva's off in the distance, kind of keeping up. It keeps sprinting, and by no surprise, Maisie, you're being left in the dirt. Neva, it's going 10 feet per second, 10 feet per 6 seconds faster than you. So I don't know how long until you either give up or try and attack it from a distance, but you are losing, and it just keeps on going. And it's not going straight either, it like jags right, drags left, like it's trying to evade you.
I think when she starts to like get at least say 30 feet behind you, like yeah, okay,
Okay. So you just run to sort of slow down to a stop, and Maisie sprints up behind you. You're both out of breath because you know, an absolute full-on sprint, and it just off in the distance.
why are you so slow?
Something's not right. You're never faster than me. What the hell?
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
I think it's that shoulder of yours. You need to get it looked at.
Well, it keeps
Slowing you
glowing.
down,
And did you
sis.
see that weird lattice shit?
Yeah, I'm concerned about that.
It hurts again. It was fine until that.
Don't worry, I won't tell Mum or anything, but you need it sorted.
Get it? You took your level in Druid, that's why you've got a lettuce growing out of your shoulder.
Well,
Now
the one
that is
person
a surprise out of the two sisters I did not expect Macy to do.
the person I need to talk to is currently hospitalized, so I don't know. We'll see. Let's walk back then.
As you catch your breath, the two sisters, you look up and realize that you're not too far from a little clearing, and you can see fairly clearly, being highlighted by some god rays from above, is a statue of Maisie.
Haven't you seen that before?
No, I saw a statue of Jay, which makes this weirder that there's statues of both of us here. Also, there's no sun, so I don't know where that light's coming from. Also, I mean, I want to say we shouldn't check it out since we're separated from our people, but also, if we walk off, we tend not to be able to find this stuff again, so.
Yeah, I think we need to check it out.
Yeah.
They'll find us eventually, I hope.
Alright, well, let's look around then.
Can I go up and investigate it?
You can indeed.
I would like to percept it.
You can also indeed.
I got a 19.
In your investigation, are you just staring at it, or are you touching it, feeling it, poking it, yawning at it?
Sorry, she'd just be looking. She's not stupid enough to touch again.
Isn't she? Okay, with a 19, and what's the perception?
11, but Maisie is stupid enough to touch it, so.
Okay. So, Neva, you get up real close, really have a look. The stone is very rough. It's kind of strange. You've seen statues that have been carved from stone before, and they have a very particular look. It has lumps and bumps, like it was formed or grown. It doesn't have like a carved kind of look to it. This rough texture. It's pretty close. The clothes are the same as what Maisie's wearing right now. What's, with your 19, most particularly impressive is it has the same sort of like scratches through the clothes that Maisie has from being attacked. And then Maisie comes over. And you're like, what is this? And you put your hand on it. Just as Neva, you see around the base of it a set of gently glowing runes. Maisie touches it, and could you please roll a D1000? My favorite table.
Ooh. Do you like having extra legs, or
Yeah.
27 feet long?
Oh,
This
your hair
is a
falls out.
This is a spicy roll.
Okay.
666.
Yeah!
Okay.
I love that roll.
Instant, permanent death.
My hair finally lights on fire.
You become a tiefling.
That would be hilarious.
No, I know exactly what happens, and I think you're going to partially hate me for this because
Uh-oh.
666 is such a special number with what's going on. But let me just... There's a flash of like burning sort of flames within the trees. This sort of very hot white red flame sort of from behind the statue. And initially there's this booming undiscernible voice, which you're stupid, but you're not so stupid to realize is a very kind of like theatrical illusion that's probably been put on. You may even slightly recognize, like, it sounds like one of the professors, but it says like, "You have made a huge mistake," and then that stops. The flames just stop, and then from where the flames were, you see a very familiar looking figure. Amazing. Neva, never seen this figure before. It's this dragonborn looking figure. Sort of odd features. The scales are a dull silver metal color with accents of copper and bronze, and there's multiple horns overhead, long claws that seem highly impractical for any person to have, alongside a large set of majestic wings. She's wearing an open, flowing dress, deep red in color, with black details and golden jewelry. And she stands with, sort of this one arm across one arm to her chin, looking downwards, looking at, her eyes are kind of a glowing red, but obviously looking at you. She's 6'1", so from above you, with a very sassy pose. And it's just like, well, isn't this strange?
Who are
You're
you?
not real.
Am I not? She looks over at Neva
Wait.
and is like, "You're new. I
No,
like you as well."
leave her out of this. What the fuck are you doing here? And are you real?
Maisie, do you know
That is-
her?
No
She
way
was
to
in the
treat
hole.
a friend.
You're not a friend. You're some
Friend?
weird. It's some weird lady that was in a big hole under a
Some
mountain.
weird
That's
lady.
weird.
Some weird lady. Oh, it cuts so deep.
What's going on?
She was in the hole that Cal led me into.
The one where you died?
Yeah, that one.
What is she doing? You will not
She
have
has a
sister
name,
again.
Tyrus? Is Tyrus the... Is that answered the correct answer?
Yes, it is Tyrus. And to answer your question, girl, I saved your sister.
I have a name too, you know. And if you know she's my sister, you would know my name.
Context clues, darling.
I must see the
We're
resemblance.
cousins, actually.
Last I counted, I saved Maisie.
No, you didn't. I
And then
died.
she- Well, you died after seeing
Yeah.
me.
So, how could you save her if she died?
I saved her from a giant blob of flesh with arms. It was quite disgusting.
That's no
Did
way
you?
to talk about Carly.
I saved Carly as well. Another one I love.
What are you
Hi.
doing here? What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know. It felt right.
Did it? Because
I
none
don't
of
want
this
to be
feels right.
disrespectful, but what are you?
What am I?
She's like a
Yeah.
demon or something. Or devil, sorry. There's like a big difference,
Oh,
right?
excuse you, I am not a devil. Disgusting being. Those
Are you-
false gods playing and ruling the world. No.
Are you a demon then?
Demons are even worse. No, God.
Oh,
Those
goddess.
gods and goddesses that you all
Oh,
try to follow are so
Okay.
weak. awful.
Warlock.
You think I gained my power from somebody else? Well,
Tiefling.
entirely incorrect.
I'm throwing
come
guesses
on.
out now.
I thought you were meant to be the book smart one. Do I look like a
I
tiefling?
am! No, but I don't know what you are. And you're saying you're not a demon, you're not a devil, you're not a bloody god person thing.
Maybe just like a really egotistical person
No.
who lives in a hole.
She's definitely egotistical, but no.
I do come across perhaps as egotistical, but I think I'm allowed when I wield the power that I do.
Also, aren't you like 5 million years old or some shit? Like,
No.
You're not a dragon, are you?
Not a dragon, though I do appreciate the looks. My creator has...
can we help you? Or
Oh, you were created. Are you an imp? No, you're too good to be an imp.
She looks over at Maisie and is like, why is she talking?
Because I talk.
Let me be more clear. Why is she talking so much shit?
It's what we do when we don't understand what's happening.
An imp?
Can we help you
Well,
though?
I said
Like,
you
what
know
are
you're
you
too
doing
good
here?
to be an imp. You were created, and I'm trying to work out what gets created. And my brain's too foggy, and I haven't got my book. I forgot to bring my book, and I don't know what you are.
I have to admit, I thought this would be a fun interaction, but it has been... Looks at Neva. Very dull. She looks back over at Maze and is like, maybe we'll meet again when she's not around, and it'll be more fun again.
I don't
Around for now, and
understand.
she just sort of like into some different looking flames to the first ones. A lot sort of deeper red, almost magical, and then just she's gone.
Am I really
I don't-
dull?
Well, no, but I don't understand. I
That's
don't
yes.
understand. No.
Yes. I can tell
I
when you're
wouldn't-
lying to me, you know.
No, you can't.
You're lying to me right now, so...
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Prove it.
Am I dull?
No.
I heard the inflection in your voice.
I have no inflection. It was very flat. A very flat delivery of a very honest truth. Let's go find our friends. This statue summons weird things. Let's
Whilst you were having this conversation, back with Carly and Cromwell,
Hello.
you are sort of just standing there. I don't know. I mean, you're stabilizing Jay, who is still unconscious.
Yeah,
The others have run off. What is your initial reaction?
Shouldn't mark those trees, Cal. I
Come
think
on,
we're
can you
stranded here.
keep an eye on where they're going. See if you can see where they are. I'm going to see if I can help Jay.
Sure. I mean, you have better eyesight than me, but I can try and help Jay.
Okay, well in that case, if you've got she'll have a healing potion in her pocket somewhere that we got from that bag. So I'm already stabilized.
Oh.
You can give her the potion. I'll go and look through the trees.
No, you know what? You're right. I'll look, because if I go through her pockets, I'll be the bad guy. So you do
Okay.
that.
In that case, I'll just take the one out of my own pocket. I know where that one is. And
Cromwell, you, I'm sure, shuffle off into the trees just a little bit to see if you can see where they've gone.
I was just going to say at the edge of the clearing, but
Sure.
not it.
And Carly, as you're about to administer this potion, you hear from the distance a shuffling of leaves and this as give me a initiative to see how this reaction time goes.
okay, I can't be surprised if that helps.
That doesn't make any difference. You just won't be
Initiative
surprised by what happens.
22.
22. So you do turn around in time to see at the edge of the clearing, going 100 feet per second, possibly more, is this deformed beast now running on all fours, charging directly towards you and Jay. And it gets to about, you got a 22, 15 feet away, and you have sort of one opportunity to act or react or do something, or try to do something.
Okay. Whatever I can do, really.
Well, it does include jumping out of the way.
I will throw myself on top of Jay.
Okay. You jump on top of Jay, and it continues charging and grabs at the ground as it runs past. And seeing as you're lying there, I'll give it an advantage. Yeah, it's going to be a dirty 20. The other one was actually a natural 1, hilariously. Could have had an advantage. You're going to take... boring. 4 damage as its thumb pierces through your back. But flips you over, and before you know it, the sort of dust clears. You're no longer lying on top of Jay. In fact, what has happened is Jay is now being... impaled by the other 4 fingers and dragged up into the forest at 100 feet per second. Just...
Well, that's gay, then.
I've stabilized it, it's fine.
I will turn around and go, oh, fuck.
You see this, you see this, and you see Carly just get, like, thrown sideways.
Girl.
I would say, at this point, Maisie and Neva, you both go back. I mean, you went in a pretty straight line. Give me a survival. Both of you give me a
I
survival.
thought we specifically didn't go in a straight
I
line.
specifically said you didn't go in a straight line, so
Yeah.
that is completely wrong. But both give me a survival.
I have advantage on mine, correct?
Yes.
10. A 6 and an 8.
There's a certain amount of joy I get from Joe hearing information about a character, and there's that face of just like 1 + 1 =
Well, I went, surely Rowan hasn't gone original player's handbook, ranger, and favored terrain, if that's even how it works, because I know it's
I
not
will
very
tell
good.
you what we're doing is very homebrew and
Yeah.
very flying by the seat of our pants. So
What was the
it's
survival?
not
for you
worth trying to figure it out.
16.
You people frustrate me so much.
then? Homebrew. So, 16 is good enough. You eventually find your way back, and when you get back, it's just Carly lying on the floor, probably just getting up with like a bloodied back from where he was pierced. And you would have come to Cromwell first, who's probably walking in with just like this look on his face of just like, and no Jay.
What did
Jay's
you
on.
do now?
Did you kill Jay as well?
Why don't you tell them, Cal?
That thing you were chasing, it came back through again and grabbed Jay.
Yeah, so the question is, what were you two doing, seeing as while you were doing whatever it was, it came back and grabbed her, and fucked Cal up in the process?
Well,
We were talking to somebody.
we chased after it. We lost it because it's faster than both of us. Then we found a statue of me. I touched it. The forest burst into flames, and then Tyrus came out, which is
Tyrus.
yeah,
I don't know who that is.
the weird dragonborn lady from a hole, the one that I died in.
Yeah, she helped us out. She killed off that thing that were chasing us. She gave me a
She
coin.
doesn't like
Did
me.
she? I don't remember that bit. I thought she was just a weird lady in a hole with some zombies chained up.
No. Do you remember there was that flesh monster thing was chasing us?
Yeah, I thought
mean-
we did that on our own.
No. We couldn't touch it. Then we ran down this side corridor. She was down there with all these strange people around her. It came in and she went like that and he just died. Remember? And then
Oh
she-
yeah, and then we were like, that's suspicious.
What is she doing here?
I don't know. That was the weird part.
Where's she
Okay,
now?
did you ask her for help?
We asked what she's doing here, and she didn't really give any kind of answer, and then she got irritated / bored by Neva and left.
Understandable. Okay.
Oh, that's not really fair.
Do you know how she left? Do we follow that entrance?
She did that. I don't know. It didn't work. So
Okay,
I
well,
think
seeing as you didn't disappear, I'll assume that that's not.
Well, when we were attacked by this flesh thing, okay, we couldn't touch it at all. It was very difficult to sort of damage. And then when she saw it, she just literally just stabbed her. It died. So she's very powerful.
She does snap a lot, huh?
Hmm.
Maybe there's something to it.
She's never snapped.
It's canon now. We've made it canon.
So a super crazy powerful Dragonborn lady showed up, and instead of getting them to help us, you irritated them to the point of them leaving.
She's not really a helpful individual, to be fair.
You literally just said that the way that you know her is from her helping you.
Well,
That's true,
That's literally
that's
the
what
only thing I
Kyle
know
said.
about her.
to be
I
fair,
know that she's a Dragonborn, and I know that she helps you.
She was a bit capricious, I'd say. So I mean, she did help us, and I'm very grateful for that. But then she gave me a coin, said if I ever need it, Anita, break the coin, and she'll come and help.
oh yeah,
But
I heard about that.
Yeah, but I got the impression that she was, she's very powerful, not to be messed about with. I don't think.
A coin, like a regular coin?
No, some kind of token.
Can I see it?
Not at the moment, because I know what you're like.
You don't have to give it to me. Just hold. I just want to. If you, let's say, who knows, some monster comes and attacks us, and you think we're all about to die. Maybe we should all know what this coin looks like, so that we can break it and be like, "Hey, super powerful lady, please come save us." That doesn't sound like a bad idea to me.
I will show you, but not now, because I think if we all die here, we won't actually die. It'd be a waste of it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's of great comfort to Jay. Oh wait,
Well, I got injured, but it doesn't actually hurt. That's obviously not a real injury.
that doesn't make any sense.
It looks like an injury, but it doesn't hurt. So there's something. It's just all an illusion, isn't it?
What way did the thing run off with Jay?
That way.
Perpendicular to the direction that you ran initially. So it went like, you don't know directions, but it went like north, as if the direction you went was north. It would have come back east or west.
Shall we then?
You have to try and track it, I suppose.
Or do we want to rest?
I mean, resting would be good.
I think we need to get Jay back. Well,
Just for a little bit?
what about Jay?
Why are you assuming that it's going to let us rest?
I mean, I stabilized her. She shouldn't die, but
We'll get her back.
Well, we
Well, we can at
either
least try.
go after it and very for sure not get a rest, or try to rest, keep an eye out for it, and be prepared and maybe get a rest.
I'll tell you what. Let me just go and have a look at where it went into the forest. I'm going to go over to the edge, and can I see any sign of tracks or anything marked on the trees?
To the edge of the clearing.
Yeah, sorry.
Give me a perception. Well, if you're looking for tracks and things, a survival.
Survival. Boop. 10.
No.
I can't see any sign of which way it went, so it's going to take a while to track it down, so maybe we should rest, get our strength back. If we have to fight it
I think
again,
resting's a good idea.
we would lose now. What do you think, Cromwell?
How about instead of resting, we prepare? Because if we're resting, then we can't be like, it's falling into our trap, get it. Because we'll be resting.
Well, if it was to attack us again now, I can't really do much more than I've already done. I mean, I need to recoup my strength. I can do a little bit, but not much.
I mean, sure, do whatever then. I think it'll come and murder us, but
I think preparing is a good idea though. Before we rest. But if you don't need to rest, maybe you could.
are we all resting at the same time?
I
And
was about to say, we need watches.
okay, so if we're doing that, then well, hang on. Let's all be on the same page about what we're talking about. How long of a rest are you proposing that we take here?
I'm only saying a short rest to get some HP back, and
Yeah.
if
Sounds
anyone
about
has
right to
short
me.
rest stuff.
Well,
I know Cal needs a long rest.
actually, Yeah, but what
That's
I
8
can
full
do,
hours.
if you're having a short rest, I do need a long rest to get all the way back, but I can harness Divine Power, which will give you a spell slot back. To do that, I use my Channel Divinity. And Channel
Yes.
Divinity, I get a charge back after a short rest.
Yes.
But the Harness Divine Power says it's once per long rest. But it says it comes from Channel Divinity. So I'm confused now.
Yeah, so you could use your Channel Divinity, take a short rest, get your Channel Divinity back, and use your Channel Divinity for your Domain of Twilight.
But I can't use it for the Harness Divine Power again.
No. So it's
No,
like,
'cause it
the
says
Harness
it's
Divine
for
Power is
long
like a sub ability of Channel Divinity.
But that's only once per long rest. That's fine. So if
Yeah.
I do that now, then I can
You can
give
get a spell
myself
slot back. Get
spell slot
something.
back. I can give me a spell slot, and then we can have a okay. I'll be fine. I'll
Yeah.
get some hit points back. And,
That should do.
Sure. So you're going for a short rest, a nice little
Yeah.
hour-ish of wrapping up some of your wounds, even if they don't hurt. Have a little meditation, using your magic to get back your magic and all those sorts of things.
You want to spend the time really
Yeah,
focusing
sorry.
on that crystal.
How
my
do you
shoulder.
short
Sorry.
rest again?
I'm saying, are we
Okay.
taking one short rest where we all rest, or are we taking two where people stand guard during them?
I will say, in terms of standing guard, if you want to be prepared, like really ready to just attack anything, like held actions, then you can do that. But you're not. You can pay attention to the surroundings with a short rest, in my mind, because you're not sleeping. You're doing things, but there's 5 of you awake and using your eyes, so it's not like you're going to be jumped in the same way as if you were sleeping.
AKA, we can avoid surprise rounds.
Yeah, effectively.
Cool.
I will say, whilst you're having that short rest, you notice in the distance, once again, the shape, now knowing what it looks like up close, but this silhouetted shape in the darkness far away. Standing, staring.
Cool.
So you all sit down, generally prepare yourself. Is there anything else you want to do in like the hour, especially those of you who aren't really doing anything other than bandaging up some wounds?
I'd love to level up.
No.
Quick prayer to Helm to look after Jay.
I want to do a
Oh.
nature check, but I don't know what on.
On my shoulder.
I think she would have done that by now. It's more like she kind of just wants to get to know the surroundings, if that makes sense.
You can do a nature check to sort of just generally on the surroundings. Like when I ask for something
Yeah.
specific, that's when you're sort of asking like what direction. I can give you some information. It's not going to be too
Hey.
specific.
Hey,
Yeah,
what the
which
fuck
one?
are we doing here, check?
I could tell you about the trees, but I might get in trouble.
I will say for that prayer to Helm, of course, you just sit down and have a little prayer. That's your standard.
Yeah.
I got a natural 20.
Very nice. Well, so you
First time I've
all
rolled
did-
it on this dice.
You did a nature check when you first arrived and found that though the trees are very realistic, there's no animals, bugs, noise other than just like a little bit of wind. There's not a lot more to discern. I'm not really like I want to give you more on the natural 20, but I guess what I can give you is there's not much more to learn. Like I can tell you that you've learned everything about the environment. It's all just trees, eternity of trees, obviously magical, probably not real. I mean, at this point, you know it's not real, and there's no living things other than the one thing that you've fought and yourselves. I know it feels a little unfortunate it's not getting much more from a natural, but there's not
Right,
much more
I
to
forgot to write down what I got
Fair enough.
information-wise last time, so it helps.
give. So, what do you do?
A great man once said, "Should I stay or should I go now?" And that is essentially the decision we face.
The only decisions we can make.
I think it's picking us off one by one.
Okay.
It's weird that it kept going after Jay every time. And also,
I mean, she was also clearly the biggest threat. She turned into a wolf.
yes. Also, we found Jay's statue first.
Maisie,
Yes, that's what I'm
What?
saying. So be careful.
I know you want to do things your way.
I'm gonna do
But
things my way whether you tell me to or not.
Can I finish what I'm saying before you talk over me? I would very much appreciate it if you try and stick close to us, because if it is picking us off one by one, and it's based on the statue, you would be next. And I just lost you once, I do not want to lose you again.
We're not gonna die in here.
It's not the point. You try losing a sister.
Would rather not.
Exactly.
Either way, if the challenge is not to get killed, and you're the next target, then we need to try and make sure you don't. Even if it's not a real death. Which I hope it isn't. So what do? Do we go towards it again, although that didn't turn out so well last time? Do we go away from
Hey,
it?
either of you weird magic boys ever see the weird shit that came from my shoulder?
Oh yes, I meant to ask you about that. I mean,
I have spent literally no time looking at it, so...
well, it's got to be to do with that power crystal fragment in your shoulder, isn't it?
Well, obviously, but like,
I mean,
what does that mean?
Edge said not to touch it, and until he's able, yeah. I mean, not to try and take it out.
Don't touch it. It is...
It's in me. It's always touching me.
No wonder that guy is fucking crazy. Like, he's old as fuck, he's lost his marbles.
And what he meant was, don't try and mess about with it, don't try and take it out, don't try and fiddle with it. You don't want to get your arm blown off. So I think, until we can talk to Edge about it, we need to,
Do we also want to talk about Maisie's, like, weird mind control thing that happened?
What?
I feel like that's just been kind of blown past.
That's what I'm talking about. The lattice shit that came out in like Control J.
Yeah, please don't do that to any of the rest of us.
I did.
Or, I tell you what, I'll not speak for you guys. Please don't do that to me.
I don't know.
If I could choose not to, I would.
It wasn't until she was unconscious. I don't know. It's a very strange effect. I'm not sure we can do much about it.
I think it was to protect her.
Well, exactly. It didn't seem to hurt her. It certainly tried to defend herself against the monster. You know.
Yeah, but we don't know anything else about it, so.
But I think we
not on me.
We can agree that Maisie will try not to, if she has any control.
Well, we can agree that. Maisie, do you agree that?
If I can stop it, I will.
Okay, good.
Okay, so which way do we go? I'm happy with that. Last time it didn't work too well chasing after it.
Well, I think choosing our direction based on anything to do with the creature is useless because it can clearly outpace us. Yep. It moved so fast. Yeah, but should we not try and look for more statues, more bags with stuff in them? Might have a green orb. Or should we not choose the direction opposite to where you guys just went? Because you just found a statue, so it's less likely to be over there?
We could do. I mean, I don't really have a... I don't have a plan at the moment.
I'm happy to go along. I have literally no idea what else to do.
Well, let's head back towards this statue. Maybe you can get some more clues from that.
Okay. 2-1-1 formation.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Alright. Kale, lead the way.
So you walk off.
I'll get my mace out. It's just been so effective so far.
Cal's in the middle of the 2-1-1. Why would he lead the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also you two are the ones who came back from the statue. Cal doesn't know where it is.
2-1-1. I see.
Front line, middle line, back line.
Yeah, your 2-1-1 isn't quite a 2-1-1 anymore.
We've turned from a trident to a Biden.
So, you walk off into the distance. As usual, just going through the trees. Nothing is changing. And eventually, you come across a table in the center of a clearing that is large, set for 6 people. And in each of the places is a fairly substantial meal of stew, dumplings, and bread, and some like water-esque or some drinks next to them. Just there. There's no chairs, but it is a table set as though there were chairs. Just sitting there. None of the food looks rotten. It all looks fairly normal at your first glance.
Okay. So, apart from our friend with the claws, everything we found so far has been fairly benign. So we've found levers that played music. We found health potions in a satchel.
I found a statue of me that I touched and summoned Tyrus.
The Tyrus is generally helpful and didn't do any damage.
I'll leave that to Neva to decide, because she kind of attacked Neva personally.
I mean, she did hurt
Not
my
physically.
feelings.
So, I'm inclined to think this is probably not designed as a sort of poison or something, but, at the same time, I'm going to investigate the table.
Give it investigation.
The last time you ate and drank stuff, specifically, I think they were like bottles, you felt great afterwards when we were in the red dungeon.
Yeah. No, that wasn't very good. 8.
Pretty sure he turned into a zombie. An 8.
I was thinking about those bottles on the pedestals.
Yeah, the food is... Yeah, I mean, as far as you can tell, it's no different from any kind of pub grub that you've come across. It doesn't smell strange. It doesn't look strange. There's nothing on the table that would give you any kind of doubt that it is just food.
Is anybody hungry?
No, not really.
Are we being followed by the creature? Can we see it?
Yes, it's still the sort of silhouetted, distant figure.
I'm gonna wave my wand over myself. That's the armor of Agathis again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call out to the monster, "Hey, do you fancy some food?"
I'm gonna call out to the monster, "How do we get out of here?"
Unsurprisingly, you don't
I'm
get
going
out.
to take a plate of the food. I'm going to take it into the forest towards the monster. Until I'm about
As you
30
step out of
feet
the
away.
clearing with the food, it just disappears into like a mist.
Oh, okay. Did it reappear on the table?
No. There's only 5 settings now.
Oh, I thought you meant the monster disappeared into a mist.
You succeeded!
Yeah, I also
I'm like, oh,
No, sorry.
we found it.
The food
Okay.
disappears. But it doesn't reappear on the table now.
Now, see, that makes me think it probably is okay to eat, because if it was sort of poison or whatever, then whoever put it there would want us to, eat it whenever. Not vanish as soon as it went outside the clearing.
But if we eat it, what happens when we step out the clearing?
Probably be on with them.
I mean, I'm not generally inclined to eat food I just saw vanish and teleport, regardless of its condition. So, I mean, if you want to.
Well, I'm not hungry at the moment, so I'm inclined not
So you
to
just
bother.
want us to eat it.
No, I'm not hungry. I'm inclined not to bother myself.
I am a little surprised that you haven't just gone straight for it, Maisie. It seems like a very you thing to just...
I'm a little distracted. Why don't you try it?
I have literally just said I don't want to eat food that I've just watched vanish and teleport, regardless of the condition that it's in.
Oh, sorry.
I said, how long ago did I say that, Cal? Like 5 seconds ago?
In my own head, sorry.
Are you alright, mate? You're a bit quiet.
Yeah, can I talk to you, Neva?
Always?
Just like
Uh-huh.
over here.
You want to split? Okay.
No, I'm just little.
We're still in the clearing.
It's sister shit.
Okay, Cal, I'm going to come stand next to you, if that's okay, because I don't want to be stood by myself. seeing as the giant monster that comes barreling through and snatches people off could be, anywhere, and it's over there.
Okay, I've got my mace already. Don't worry.
It could be anywhere, specifically over there.
I want to stay within eyesight of everybody, but I just want to be out of earshot.
It's not massive, but you could be on either side of it, yeah.
Are there chairs at this table?
No, but you can sit on the table.
That's if you can reach.
I'm gonna fucking sit underneath it.
Okay, sure.
Try and use
You sit under the table.
Try and use it as cover, but next to Cal.
There's enough space for you to be under the table, that's for sure.
Right.
Alex, do you think it would be more fun to have Cromwell and Kali take their headphones off?
I will let the four of you decide that. I'm not going to control if you want to hear and not hear things.
Well, can we hear you? Is the thing.
Give me. Are you trying to hear them?
Yes, they've just said that they want to go off for a secret conversation in the middle of a place where we keep getting snatched.
Then give me a perception, and the two of you who are going off to your own little thing, give me a what's it called? The sneak. Stealth, which is a dex-based thing, I guess, but whatever.
I only got a 5.
19.
We're doing stealth. Oh, I
yes.
got a 22.
Yeah, you're fine. No, you can't hear them.
There's something up with Cromwell, like more than normal.
What do you mean?
You know how I miraculously knew how there was a tracker in your shoulder?
Yeah.
I know the same way that there's something weird going on with Cromwell. And I don't know what to do about it.
I just thought you knew about the tracker because of, like, you don't like Franklin.
No, okay, you know how, like, I had told you before, like, sometimes I hear what other people are thinking?
Yeah.
Well, since I came back from the dead, it's like something that I don't see is I'm hearing its thoughts as well, or their thoughts, and it's telling me shit that I have no business knowing. Like there's a tracker in your shoulder, or one of us is not normal.
Are you sure they're on about Cromwell?
Well, yeah, it told me one of us isn't normal, and then I noticed Cromwell's acting a little off. Like body language kind of stuff.
I knew I never liked him for a reason.
I think this is outside of that. I think we still, like, he's still a shithead, but he's, like, a malevolent shithead now.
Huh. Okay.
And any idea what to do about that, or should we just continue business as normal until something happens?
I think we need to keep an eye on it.
Okay, how about this? If I say pineapple, that means I'm about to jump him, and we need to, like, stop him from doing magic stuff. I'm gonna try to restrain
I've always
him,
got your back.
and you just, like, cover his mouth or something.
It's not like I've got anything to bind him with.
That's okay. I've got my chain, so I can bind him. You just cover his mouth so he can't say any weird spell stuff.
Okay.
Just wanted somebody to be in on it with me, so that if I go off, you're not all going to be like, "What are you doing?"
You know, I've always got your back.
I know. Thank you.
Okay. So do you wander back over to the center?
Yeah, when we go back over, just say it's girl stuff that we were talking about.
Will do.
Yeah. So the girls do their whispers, and they walk back over towards the table.
While they're doing that, I wanna whisper stuff to Cal.
Do you want to try and do it secretly?
No, I was just gonna go, Cal, I think that's really suspicious. I think that's a really bad idea. And I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look on this half to see if the monster's moving. You look on that half.
As you look over to see if the monster is moving, you hear this infamous rustling as you look up, and it's once again up in the trees at the edge of the clearing, staring down at you.
Ooh.
Do you maybe want to tell them?
Maisie, leave her. It's back. Let's go.
Or are we walking back over at this
Yeah,
point?
you're wandering back over. You probably see it as you're wandering back
Oh.
over.
When Neva sees it, she just grabs hold of Maisie's hand.
I'll take your
Let's go,
hand.
let's go.
Stop.
Which way?
Away, the opposite direction.
I don't think it can't catch up to us. We should just stand our ground and be ready for it to attack. Prepare.
I don't think we can beat it.
I think it's a good idea to try and get away from it.
Okay.
Should we tip this table over, see if we can use it as like a barricade? It's got to break through it to get to us.
Let's just try and get to the next clearing.
It could
Sure.
It's 8 feet, 10 feet tall. You can step over it.
Next clear.
So you walk off, and as you walk off for the distance, you can see it crawling through the trees from branch to branch, quite high up, sort of following behind you, obviously trying to keep up.
I'm gonna recommend we keep in our 2-1-1.
Are we gonna find Jay?
Well, I don't think we are. We haven't kept track of at least I haven't kept track of direction since it snatched her, and it could have veered off at any point.
Yeah, we just gotta hope that we're gonna come across it.
Fair enough.
If we find a cave that looks like wherever this thing lives, if it lives in a cave, maybe it's built a tree house. That's probably a good place as any to look.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to keep my eyes out, but anything unusual.
So you keep on walking, it's following behind you. You walk and walk, and nothing particularly changes. It doesn't get closer, it doesn't get further away. It keeps the same distance until you come across another clearing, a smaller one. This one's only maybe 10 by 10. And sitting in the center, it initially looks completely empty, but as you sort of walk over, you see a gleam, little shine in the center. There's just a little gold coin sitting in the grass. Not on anything in particular, just in the grass on the floor.
Okay.
Okay, usually dibs, but that's quite suspicious.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
We should go for it anyway.
I think you should.
You hear the bit where I said usually? I'm not gonna go near that thing. Or I could tentacle it.
Yeah, why not tentacle it?
That's a good idea.
Okay. Do we want to move to the other end of the clearing so that send your party doesn't immediately jump down on us while we're doing this?
Yeah, I think so.
Already on my way.
Sure.
You show us where you're going to stand, and we'll stand with you.
You wander over, and I'm sure you make a little tentacle appear and
30 feet away.
grip around. Well, I mean, the clearing's 10 feet, so you'd have to be in the forest for that, but that's fine.
That's fine.
And you grip around the coin, and it picks up the coin. Nothing happens that you notice. Just, you now have a tentacle holding a golden coin.
That makes me more suspicious.
Okay, and we're going to have a look at it. You stay here.
Do you want me to drop it, or do you want
No,
to
hold
keep
it
me
up
to
so I
keep
can see
holding
both
it?
sides.
Okay.
I'm going to go and examine it without touching it.
Give me a perception.
Cal is just gonna. Okay, Cal's just wandering off. That's fine, I guess.
I did
Are
tell
you two going with?
Nope.
Are we doing 2 and
No,
2?
I said
Staying
you
right
stay. I just said you stay here.
We're staying here, and Cal's wandering off. Okay, great.
Natural one.
This is the fakest golden coin you've ever seen. I don't even think it's gold. I'm not sure it's metal.
It's just a coin. Anything on it?
You think it has the same look as a Valoon and gold coin, but most of the coin in your pocket is from Malesduin, so you don't remember what
what
Valoon and gold looks like.
Actually, I'll have to talk about that at some point. Did I get any money off my
But you'd
pet?
have seen the gold coins you would have seen would have been from Malesduin, so you don't remember what the heads or tails look like on a Valoon one. So it could be. You have no idea. It just looks fake.
I shall head back over and say it just looks like some kind of fake pot metal coin as far as I can see.
All right, I will dispel the tentacle and just let it drop to the floor.
You can take it if you want to. It might be something to do with the challenge.
That's a good point. We've taken all the stuff that we can that is mobile, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Except the food. Well,
Yeah.
the food
The food
disappears,
vanished.
but-
Well,
Yeah.
I will tentacle the coin, and then I will move it to the side to see into the forest to see if it poofs out.
It goes past the edge of the clearing and doesn't seem to disappear. You continue to be holding it with your tentacle.
Okay, well, I'm just going to keep it at arm's length then, but, well, at tentacle's length. But we have it, I suppose, if we need it.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a vending machine out here that only accepts random clearing coins.
You want to drop it in the bag from the thing? Or from earlier?
Fine, but I'm not carrying it.
I know, I'm holding the bag open. I'm carrying it.
Okay.
Drop it in the bag. It is now in the bag.
Are you feeling weird? Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling fine. How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm a bit unnerved, frankly. It was like 2 hours ago that we were just kind of looking around the statue. I kind of missed those days.
Sure.
All right then, was it?
Maybe threw a mug at me this morning. No, neither threw a mug at me this morning. You know,
deserve-
simpler times.
Well,
Hey, out of curiosity, where were you? After we had gotten the orb, you just kind of disappeared for like a weekend.
The orb we got from the 10,000-year-old assassin.
More or
Yeah.
less.
I went to a hiding place that I have so that I could make sure that no one robbed us while we waited for the professors to get to their offices so we could hand it in.
Okay.
Because remember, the point doesn't go to whoever wins the challenge. The point goes to whoever hands it in.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm kind of surprised, and I hesitate to say this out loud. I'm kind of surprised that no other teams are just like waiting at the offices to just jump.
I mean, people have classes and other stuff to do. They can't spend their entire life just sitting there waiting. And it's not like there was anyone around to witness us getting it from Velka, so...
No, we weren't exactly quiet, were we?
No, but it was also the middle of the night.
Yeah, so that was good for us. That's why it was first thing in the morning that I handed it in. But
I was just curious.
Potentially coming out of here, we don't know if it'll be that loads of time has passed or not much time has passed. We might have missed the obstacle course by the time we get out of here.
That'd be a big shame.
Yeah, because I think this is the second one and not the first one.
I mean, I'm not very good at the obstacle course, so...
I am.
With how much faster you are than me, how are you not?
Because I just can't do some of them.
I still think it's discriminatory against people of smaller stature, but, that's fine.
No, you find everything discriminatory.
That's because we live in a world that doesn't cater to everybody.
Oh,
Let's continue on before this thing hops out of the tree and attacks one of us again.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Autism said the rich girl to the orphan.
Yep.
You continue through a different roll, within 20 feet, you're in another empty clearing. No gold coin in the center of this one.
Thank God. I think I might have passed out if there was another one.
Is there anything at all in the clearing?
Not on your first glance.
I shall investigate.
Other than the beast in the corner.
Yeah. I shall investigate the clearing. I'll wave at the
Wait.
wave at the beast.
Hang on. Did anything else happen at that other blank clearing that we found? The first one?
Not that you noticed.
I felt a bit sicky, otherwise it was fine.
Oh, the other blank clearing a while back. Yeah, you felt a little
First one.
sickly, but no, nothing else happened other than that. Well, as far as you guys know.
Okay. Is everyone feeling... I don't know. Hale? No, Hale is the bad one, isn't it?
No, Hale and Hearty is good.
Hardy.
Hale and Hearty are good.
I'm feeling fine.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Because I felt a little bit sick at the other one. I didn't mention it because I didn't want everyone to think I was a wimp. But
I mean, yeah, it made me feel a bit icky.
Yes,
Okay. But we're all... Okay. So this is a different thing.
I'm doing an investigation, which is 16. Actually, no, it's not 16 because I'm going to guidance myself. So I keep forgetting to do guidance. And it's now...
Did you just Professor X your dad?
It sounds like weird.
Dirty 20.
You can quite
Categorically?
yeah, say that it is just a
Okay.
clearing, just another clearing.
It's a clearing. We could try putting the gold coin in the middle of it.
Positing it like it's a bank.
We could make a little slot.
Maybe we just have to like survive out here for however long against this thing. Like build a house or something, set up a base.
Nope.
It seems impractical. This is entirely the wrong material. We can't just punch it.
Sure we can, watch.
You punch the tree.
Ow!
It hurts. Well, it doesn't hurt, I guess. as the actually, you know what? This one does hurt because it's just you punching a tree.
Oh. Okay, you can't
1
punch a
point
tree.
of pride damage.
I did. Listen, I have no shame left.
So, keep going, I suppose.
That's what we
Hang
do.
on, just are we looking for anything in particular?
What is there
Or
else
are we
to
just-
do?
Yeah,
just
the old
seeing.
would go home.
I'm looking for Jay.
Well, obviously if there's
Or
a
Jay.
green glowing portal. Okay. So do we have someone looking up in the trees where this thing can clearly climb?
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't be me, because I'm very much further away from them than you are.
Oh, you and your blooming height.
Well, I mean, that's not strictly true, is it? Because
You're like-
these trees are 200 feet tall.
You're maybe 3
taller.
feet further away. That's not going to make a
As-
huge difference in the scheme of things.
That is over 100% of my body height difference. That's a lot to me. It might not be a lot to you. It's a lot to me.
You know what? I'd actually care about your height problems if you didn't talk about them all the time.
I just don't believe you.
Yeah, I don't believe myself either.
Yeah.
Thought was there.
No, it wasn't, because it was a lie. You just told us it was a lie. I can look in the trees if you would like.
I think we should
Sure,
all keep
do
an eye
whatever
on the
you'd
trees.
like.
While they're bickering, can I try to talk to Kale quietly?
Yeah.
Sure. Give me a stealth, and because I guess the other two wouldn't be too aware, I'll just use their passives.
What are you doing this next to us, or where we all are, or are you wandering away?
I figure we're just walking forward and chatting as we do walking forward.
Oh, I didn't think that we'd moved on. I thought we were just stood still.
To be honest, I
When-
thought
I
it
mean,
was still there.
either way, it doesn't change it if you're next to us or if you're like if you're getting further away.
Just a little bit off to the side, like I was with Neva before.
You were like 30 feet away.
It's true. You specifically went away last time. I guess what he's
Not
asking
like-
is, would it be enough to sort of notice that you're moving away, or is it just like a general movement as you have been?
I mean, how distracted
if
are
you-
you by bickering with Neva?
I mean, it was fairly commonplace, so not very. Plus, we're all on the lookout for monsters, clearings, statues, levers, tables of rotten food,
Well, I'll tell you
weird
what.
gold coins.
I tell you what. If you're staying fairly aware, then roll a stealth versus perception, because then we can see if you do notice them.
19.
18.
Ooh. You do notice them step away, just out the corner of your eye. You're just aware that Carly and Maisie are walking sort of as if they're continuing forwards, not at any kind of rapid pace, whilst you're talking to Neva.
I'll just, so that I can continue making my case with Neva, I will make mental contact with Cal and be like, please, can people stop wandering off?
Oh, don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Just keep an eye on the trees, and the ground, and the monster.
7 to do that, Alex.
It's there. It's up in the tree.
These rectangular trees and this.
Oh my god, they are not
Rocky
rectangular.
monster.
What is it with you and rectangular trees?
I mean, that was Joe speaking rather than Cromwell, so I don't know what you're talking about.
How do you know that wasn't Birdie talking to you?
That canon, that was Neva, 100%.
Fine and canon
since,
that with Cromwell 100%.
since he beat the stealth check, does he hear all the stuff that I'm about to say?
If you keep talking, he will, yes, be able to hear what you're
I mean,
saying.
I don't know that he knows.
No, exactly, yeah.
I tell Cal, I'm like, so you know how I knew that there was the thing in Neva's shoulder?
Yeah.
Well, in that same way, I know that, I found out that one of us is not who we think they are.
Oh.
And,
Who?
well, Cromwell.
Oh. So who is he?
I don't know. It's not super specific. It just is kind of a bad vibe.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah. I don't know what to do about that. So, just kind of keeping an eye.
Well, I mean, lots of reasons for someone to keep their identity secret, I suppose.
I don't think he's not keeping his identity. See, it's like he's not normal, like outside of normal Cromwell. It's not just like Cromwell himself acting weird. It's acting not like Cromwell.
Do you think he might have been taken over or something, you mean?
I don't know. I mean, I lost my entire memory for a little bit, right? So anything's possible in this forest.
But I have something I can do which would, if he was charmed, which would get rid of the charm, but I can only do it once.
It may be worth trying it stealthily.
I think he probably noticed, but then if it's a charm, it'll go anyway.
So it's just because I, Joe, know what that is, and the idea of trying to do that stealthily is very funny. In a place that is only daylight.
It might work under the trees, maybe. Possibly. I mean, I can try. What the hell?
Anything, God, I'm out. I don't. All I'm good is for figuring out that something's wrong. So the other option was like restrain him and question him.
I'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not promising anything.
Okay.
So, since I presume that by this time it's only a 10-foot wide clearing, we're under the trees again.
Yes.
So I will, as you probably guessed.
So, are we stationary or have we kept moving on?
So you would be stationary and they would have moved on as you were hearing this sort of conversation, and they'd sort of be in the trees now. So it's up to you whether you are following them.
Yeah, I mean, if we were moving, then we were moving.
Yeah.
Well, me and you were bickering and stood still.
Well, it would because they only went 10 feet away. So
I think you would have naturally just followed.
Yeah, so if we're either all going, if they're moving more than 10 feet, or we're all staying, and they're not moving more than 10 feet.
So, as we move, I mean, basically, it doesn't matter where he is because he's going to notice anyway. I'm going to cast Twilight Sanctuary.
Sure. You cast it.
End any charm effect on any of us.
Sure. You cast it. As before, you don't know if anything happens.
What are you doing, Cal?
I'm trying to sort of make sure we're all okay. It's like a calming, soothing thing I can do.
Yeah, I mean, I like the extra shade. The lack of a passage of time here is kind of throwing me for a loop, but it's nice. Is this going to last long?
It lasts for a minute, I think. Yeah.
So, sorry, the audio walking, by the way, is
after the first round, we'll all get some temporary hit points.
There you go.
My assumption is that we're going from what you described: Cal, Maisie, together, me and Neva, 10 foot behind.
Sure. As you sort of have this weird stop and conversation of tranquility, you see, as you've turned around to sort of have this conversation, the creature from above once again jumps with this blinding speed down, lands next to Cromwell and Neva, and just takes a swipe at Neva.
I'm going to end the charm. If it's charmed, it won't be charmed.
For a 11.
Nope.
Yeah, it starts to swing, and you just like does it get temporary HP? I don't think it does.
Well, was it that you gave us any, Cal?
It depends on how the timing is working here. If you in first 10 seconds, I'll be eliminating any charms. But the second 10 seconds, it's a 1d6.
It wouldn't have got that far. It was pretty immediate after you'd done the charms or the removal off.
So we still.
And it tries to swipe, and Neva, you just do this like matrix dodge as you just say "Whoa!" as it just skims past your face, and then it dodges off into the trees again.
Any attacks of opportunity?
Yes, one from Cromwell and Neva if they want to. You did say you're 10 feet apart,
Yeah.
so
Well, my chain knife has a reach of 10 feet.
I'll give it to you.
What is my to hit with my dagger? It is not a lot. Natural 20.
Really?
Yeah.
You catch it in the
No.
you catch it in the leg as it starts to depart.
Here's
Dirty
my bad
20.
proficiency going into work. 12.
12 doesn't. You try and zoom it out, and it's just too fast. So what was that from?
Maximum damage for 10.
Nice.
You catch it.
I got a dirty 20.
You hit as well.
And I did 4 damage.
It's still pretty good. I mean, you just dodge out of the way, and all of you just like attack on
I
the
don't.
spot. So it's decent. And then it off into the. No, well, you don't. Yeah, so it just goes off into the distance, or up into the trees again.
Okay, well that was more successful.
Why were they coming
That
after
worked out.
me?
I don't know, did you hit it a lot when we were in the clearing?
Did it look like I hit it a lot?
Well, I was kind of focusing on my hitting of it, so I don't know.
No, I didn't. I was doing very poorly.
Maybe that's why then, picking off what it might consider to be the weakest.
I don't think so,
I'm
because
glad you decided on that wording.
Jay was the strongest, wasn't she?
Well, no, because I was able to change that.
Yeah, it's true. And it's true.
Well, there you go.
Maybe it's the strongest then.
So, yeah, so if you can chase after it and it doesn't like that. Also, you said you found a statue of Maisie, right?
Yep.
You guys look exactly the same, so maybe it can't tell the difference.
We look nothing alike. Like, have you seen my horns? Have you seen her horns? Have you seen my hair? Have you seen her hair? Have you seen my skin tone? Have you seen her
Well, I
skin
dye my
tone?
hair.
Sorry, is this some kind of like slam poetry now? What's going on?
We do not look the same.
Well, I don't know if that was a reaction to my casting a spell or what. But
There's also that.
I think we should keep moving.
I'm gonna go dagger in one hand, wand in the other, stuck in the middle with you guys.
I just can't decide if he should try and... I'm not sure he could take it down and just run away again. No, we just have to keep going.
Well, if it's not healing in between, then, you know, if it goes like that, then we'll eventually whittle it down.
Yeah, true. I mean, we've done a lot of damage though, and it doesn't seem to be slowing it down at all.
In the meantime, how much damage is it going to get to do to us, though? I was lucky that I
We've
dodged
still got
it.
the healing potions.
Yeah, we've got the potions. We, you know, the more it seems to just kind of have like the two moves. The one of them was like the surprise thing, which isn't really going to work again because we're not just going to stand and look at it like while it's at the top of a tree anymore. So it's kind of just got the one thing. So hopefully that means that we'll get better at, you know, anticipating it.
We can try.
And if it disappears for like 8 hours, then we can assume that it has come back well rested.
Well, for now, let's keep going until we find something we can do.
Do you keep walking?
We keep walking.
Yep.
You keep on walking, and you walk, and it crawls through the trees still, just staring and waiting.
How far away?
About 50 feet up, but it's always on a close tree. And eventually, you come across another statue
Mm-hmm.
of Maisie.
Oh.
Same as before, bumpy texture. But
Hey, it's me again.
Have we just come in a big circle?
I'm going to investigate it.
Touch it.
Okay.
For God's sake. 10. You wouldn't believe I'm actually
What
quite good
are
at
you rolling a 10 for?
investigation.
Oh, too late. It's already been poked. On the poke, give me another D1000. With the 10, I mean, I guess you're just distracted by Maisie walking over and going, bam, I'm just hitting it.
Also, I'm ignoring him. D1000, yes. 619.
Oh, I thought that was going to be 666 again.
That would have been funny.
That would have been quite funny.
And quite unlikely.
Hi.
Maisie, you touch it. And nothing happens. Everyone else, she touches it. And disappears.
Nothing happened, guys.
You can hear her.
You can. Maisie?
Yes.
Maeve?
We can't see
Yeah?
you. Where are you?
What?
You've gone invisible.
Right here. What do you mean? I can see
Yeah,
myself
if
just
you're
fine.
invisible and you're doing something, we can't see it.
Cool.
Oh, shit.
For the podcast, the evil smile that came across Rowan's face. You could feel that.
I'd recommend maybe not wandering off while we can't see you, because then we won't know where you've gone.
Can I just get real close to Cromwell and inspect him?
Yes. Roll me a stealth with advantage against a perception with disadvantage, because you might sense the presence, but like it's very unlikely.
It's just a 9.
23.
Yeah, it's fine. Unless you speak right in his face, of course, he's just not going to have any idea. So yeah, you get up real close to Cromwell.
I'm just looking for weird shit.
Give me a
Hello.
perception with advantage. I mean, if you're that close, you got to have advantage.
That is pretty good. That is a dirty 20.
Anyone else think Maisie's being suspiciously quiet?
Oh, she's probably up to something.
You have never been this close to Cromwell before, but
He's stinky.
as far as you can tell, this is as much Cromwell as you're used to. All the details seem the same. I mean, like I said, you don't know if all the wrinkles or lack thereof, whatever his complexion is usually like, it's very gaunt.
I was just about to say, with you never having been this close to Cromwell, the kind of the thing that gives him kind of that aged look, you be able to see that it's not like pockmarks or something, or it doesn't seem to be from any kind of like illness. It seems to be entirely natural, just the way that his face has become as he's grown.
What going?
But
So rude. Ironic Purdy making that. You're reveling in this opportunity.
Yeah.
so yes, so very strange, and probably not something that you've ever seen before.
Smells like fish.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
but
not
yes.
sure you've ever seen Cromwell eat fish.
No.
Doesn't mean you won't smell like
seems
it.
fairly
It doesn't,
normal.
It's just BO.
doesn't smell like fish, no.
Physically, pretty much the same. Anything that you have been curious about seems to be not the physical composition.
We'll just flick him in the back of the head.
You get flicked to the back of the head.
You-
Hang on.
No, probably not.
Let me just check the description.
It's not damage.
If a creature hits you with a melee attack.
I wouldn't call a flick an attack.
Okay.
If someone flicks at you and we're like, "Oh, you're attacking me," you just feel this little punk in the back of your head. Very gentle.
You probably would see just like a little bit of like a small blue, where you flick, a small blue tentacle would kind of like manifest and reach out and then recede.
Like a little worm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a little worm. Ow.
Well, I'm invisible.
Ow.
Oh, you're fine.
I mean, in a usual situation, I would commend you for your use of invisibility, but maybe there's a better thing to do with it at the moment, like seeing if the monster can see you when you're invisible, for example.
Can I see the monster from here?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Can I try to walk up to it?
Yes, and it does seem to track you as you get close to the tree that it is currently on.
I think it sees me. It's watching me like it's a hungry dog
Okay,
or
we'll
something.
get away from it
Yeah.
then.
How close to it are you? We can't see you.
You can see it looking at something at the bottom of the tree.
Oh, you're fucked. Yeah, I'm sorry, Neva, but Maisie's a goner.
Maisie, please come and
Why
hold
was-
my hand again.
Why would she get that close?
I'm good. I'm gonna go back over and touch the statue again.
Sure. I roll a D1000.
Yay!
Chaos
Chaos!
magic. We love chaos magic.
Eventually, it's going to do something irredeemably horrible to me. 3. 00003.
It's always good when you get it really, really low. You feel slightly more magical in the moment. Mechanically, can you roll a D8, please?
Of course. 2.
Cool. The next save against magic that you make will have a +2 on top of whatever it already has.
Cool.
You may need to note that down.
Oh, nice.
Because we don't know when that's going to be. It's just the next save.
Exactly.
I was going to say, you phrased that as though it was just impermanence until.
It may go away, but for now, note it down. But you
To a magic saving throw.
yes, just amazing. And it is a
I know, I'm writing it down as well though.
for Maisie. You just feel a little more twinkly.
I feel powerful. Am I still invisible?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to touch it again.
Oh god.
You touch it again.
It's the same thing as in the red dungeon. She's just going to do whatever comes into her mind.
Roll a D1000.
Neither. She is secretly your problem.
Which means she's
Ada?
secretly my problem.
892.
Super your problem, not secretly.
But there's no secret to be my problem.
Yeah, it's no secret.
892.
You've given me power of over the wild magic table of infinite levels. I love this. 892, 892, 892.
Okay. I was just trying to interpret how this works. Maisie.
Hi.
Oh, no, sorry. Everyone else. Maisie. Like didn't pop as well that time. Reappears. Maisie. Everyone else.
I'm back.
Disappears.
You're all gone. You're all invisible. Oh fuck!
Can we see each other?
Yes.
Okay, well we can
we-
see
can
you,
we-
so
Where do you all go?
Maisie as well.
Maisie, yes.
Right, okay,
Maisie.
we can see her, which is good.
Can I hear them?
You can hear them, but you're
Oh,
super alone. Like it feels very alone.
I walk up and grab Maisie's hand.
Oh,
I will
hi.
mage tentacle a flick to the back of her head.
You do what?
He's flicking her in the back of the head.
For fuck's sake.
No, but
I
I think
don't
that's fair
think I
enough.
like the idea of a tentacle flicking me.
Yeah,
It's not like slimy because it's ethereal. But,
No,
you
but
know,
it's squishy, right?
it's probably kind of semi-rubbery and like it probably passes into you for like a ½ inch before being rubbery.
Ugh. I
as
don't like that.
as this happens, at the same time, boom! The creature lands on the ground next to you.
Me?
All of you. But in your mind, you. And you're all gonna roll another initiative.
Oh, good. We get to fight again.
Can you see the creature?
Can I see the creature?
Yes.
Wonderful.
It lands Just imagine you're within a bunch of trees. I know it's otherwise it'll be impossible to move anything and track everything, but it's going to land sort of next to. Let me see here. Boom.
Why me?
We're at your statue.
And
And
yeah, that's probably about where everyone is. Can I get some initiatives from Kale?
20.
Okay. Cromwell.
7.
Neva.
21.
Maisie?
14.
Okay, so in this, of course, Maisie, you have no idea where anyone else is, but as far as you can tell, the monster does. The initiative order is going to be...
Well, Neva's holding your hand.
Yeah,
That is true.
I know where Neva is.
It is Neva, Kale, Maisie, Cromwell, the Beast. So Neva, you are first.
Why does it keep going last? Is it just rolling shit on initiative forever?
Yeah.
Can you roll that on attack rolls, please?
I'll try.
Thanks.
It's an action to put Maisie behind me, isn't it?
In terms of putting her behind you, I will say if you're going to force it, if Maisie lets you, it'll be a bonus. If you have to kind of force her behind you, it'll be an action because it has to be a sort of contest.
She
You
won't
can always
let
do
me.
you can always do the sacrifice thing,
There is also that. Yes, we have our sacrifice rule.
What?
which was something else that I had forgotten about until I re-listened back to our first episode.
Yeah, I can't.
Yes, the sacrifice rule is you can jump in front of someone to take the damage if you're within 5 feet. To take the damage either before or after you know whether it hits. If you jump in after you know it hits, you take
Critical.
I think it's critical damage. If you jump in before, if you know it hits, you take standard damage. I have the thing.
Okay, well, I'm gonna jump in before it hits. I'm telling you that now.
If it tries.
Yeah.
Okay, but so are you sort of preparing your action to do that? I mean, that's a reaction, so I guess that wouldn't take away your action.
I'm still gonna hold my action if it attacks. So if it attacks Maisie, I want to jump in front, take her thing, and if I can, hit back.
Yeah, sure. Carly,
You see, I'm toying with the idea of fairy fire again,
it was useful last time.
because it certainly helped us. It was very useful last time. However, there were 2 reasons I'm hesitating. One is, last time I didn't notice that he gets a dexterity save. So it shouldn't have just happened.
Well,
You should have done dexterity save.
I didn't either, so.
And the
You've
other
been
thing
rolling
is,
bad on deck stuff. It's
Yeah.
fine.
the other thing is, if you keep it up, it'll just run away anyway. They're going to cut them with it. Yeah, I'll go fairy fire again. But this time, it's dexterity save. 13. And that's all my spells gone.
I rolled a 13 on the dice.
-2, right?
Ew. +0.
Oh.
So it's
That's it. That's
it's-
it.
Maisie, it's your turn.
I think this time she's just gonna like hit her shoulders, like, "Come on, do the thing," and I think it will. Yeah. It just one of the hits hurts a little more than the others, and the light blue goes down my arm and into the dagger,
Mm-hmm.
and
And you
I
try
go
to attack it.
for 15 plus 6.
Hits.
21 d4s. That one's the electricity.
Electricity.
3 electricity damage and 9 piercing.
Wonderful.
What a strange time for a Billy Elliot
Right.
reference.
Cromwell, unless you're doing any bonuses.
My bonus action was to beat the crystal.
That is, of course, true. Beat the
Oh.
crystal. Cromwell.
That's
Cromwell will first remember that he has already cast Armor of Agathis on himself, so won't do that, because it's still up. And then I will go for Mind Sliver
Sure.
again. So intelligence, please.
Intelligence. 4.
That's 4 damage to you.
It winces as you sort of attack it, as you prod the air. It is its turn, and looks over at Cromwell, having just been hit from Cromwell, and then looks back at Neva.
Wonder what's up with that.
So Neva does a.
I'll do the sacrifice.
I think it's more suspicious that Cal is above suspicion by the monster.
Okay.
I'll do the sacrifice.
You do the sacrifice.
Alex.
I've never hit it yet.
Question: can she do the sacrifice because she doesn't know exactly where I am, or does it work?
Yes.
I'm holding her hand.
Yes, because you're holding a
holding a
hand,
hand.
and she knows where you are. If you've been moving around,
And I
it'll be
can
different.
track its eyes.
Exactly. So you jump in front, which means I'm gonna re-find the sacrifice rules because they are in a particular rules. So you'll be taking full damage if it meets. If taken before the outcome of the attack is known, if the attack meets the target. So that would be Neva's. So Neva does a 13 hit.
It's on. So yeah.
Okay, so it starts to slash, and you kind of like start to dodge out of the way, and you realize Maisie's just like put her arm out, shoved away in front of you, and this slice just whoosh, straight across her.
The look that Purdy is giving me.
You're going to take 6 damage as it across you once more.
Oof.
You knobhead!
And with this attack,
No, you.
with this attack comes a grapple just like before. It grabs and lifts you in the air, just as it did.
Oh, I don't get a check against that grapple, huh?
Nope. It comes with the attack. Just as with Jay, you are 6 feet in the air, being held up. This time it's kind of got a claw between some ribs and one up into the front of your chest. It's uncomfortable, to say the least. It's then going to make a second attack against... It's going to try and bite Maisie.
Question: has Maisie let go of Neva's hand?
I've had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
She's
know.
not strong enough. She's not strong enough to lift you up. It would have been torn out of your hand.
I mean, I might be strong enough, but
Not from the situation.
I would have let go though.
Does a 13 hit Maisie?
That exactly hits Maisie.
Oh. So it just like leans in with this giant mouth. It's kind of melded to its chest and kind of tries to bite down. It's really weird. You see like a stretching of skin, and it sort of like creeps down on you for another very bad roll. 4 damage. As it just like clamps around your face.
One last.
Hey, would that trigger Purdy's sacrifice? Because it's
Give
attacked
me
Maisie.
an acrobatics.
22.
Okay, so you're about to be bitten. Technically, yeah, so this will be full damage because you technically did it before you knew if they hit or not. So you're going to take that 4 damage instead of Maisie, but you like, at Maisie, you're like, oh god, I'm going to get bitten. And suddenly, Neva just like jumps up the body, like you grab onto its chest, your fingers go through this horrid goopy skin, and you grab onto a rib, and you launch yourself up. And put your arm up, and it just clanks around your arm. And you sort of hang for a second whilst it's gripping, and then it lets go, and you fall to the ground again. So you take that 4 damage.
And I see none of it.
And Maisie
She's
sees
invisible.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, all you
I just
see,
see.
you see it bite, and it just stops, and then stops. It goes away, and then you see like a into the grass on the floor.
And you just hear like a slight groan, like, ugh.
Again, it's it hurts, but there's no pain.
Yeah, it's more like I've just jumped up,
Oh yeah, it was kind of gross.
gooey, get my hand in,
It was kind of icky.
and then I've fallen, I'm just like, ugh.
That would leave it to Neva. It is your turn now.
Yeah, I'm gonna motherfucking stab this dude.
Sure.
Motherfucking stab.
First one's a natural 20.
Oh,
Next one's an 8.
okay. The 8's not going to hit. Obviously, the
Nope.
natural 20 does.
So what is it? Full damage and then what else?
Full
What-
dice damage
are we
plus
still doing
dice
that?
plus... Yeah.
Yeah.
Full dice damage plus dice plus modifiers.
So that would be 10. No.
10. You just
Okay.
spin this dagger around and bam, straight into the side of its kneecap, and you hear a distinct crunch as its kneecap like pops out of place, and then you yank away again, and it once again sort of just like cracks back in, except this time its like kneecap is backwards. In fact, its whole leg kind of looks like it's now going to sort of bend backwards. It's really weird.
Does it look like it's actually taking damage?
It's not bleeding, and every time you try to damage it, it tries
Well,
to
neither are we,
reform.
right? So...
Yeah, so no, you do bleed, you just don't feel the pain. It's like tries to reform. It's hard. It's really hard to tell whether it's like actually doing anything. You get the feeling, I guess, that if you kept doing this, eventually it wouldn't be able to move, maybe, or sort of change how it moves. But yeah, it's a very odd situation. Carly,
I'm running short of things I can do.
throw Cromwell at it.
I'm mind slivered, so it has negatives to any saving throws. That's why I've been doing mind sliver instead of wretched caress, because I know that you don't like to not hit your saving throw spells.
I can try a.
This is where we need the t-shirt throw.
I can try a Sacred Flame. I haven't tried Sacred Flame for a while. Never
I
seen
will
it
say
work.
actually, because I think this will change how some of you might interact with this. You are still next to the statue.
I'm going to try a Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Dex 13.
Minus
You have a -2 to this, Alex.
9.
Yay, I hit it. That is 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. Better than nothing. Yeah, your flame sort of around it a little bit.
They'd be sort of odd looking flames, look like almost watery, so they're like a green rather, or greeny blue rather than orange.
Yeah.
And they just swirl up around it.
Maisie, you do have. You can try to escape. There is a DC for it.
Is it for free or is that my action?
It counts as a grapple.
Well, I'm gonna be stabbing it anyway, right? So
I will say, I know just for your chaos brain, and it might make a difference, touching the statue is not an action.
but I want this thing to die. I hate this thing.
Yes.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's not very pleasant, is it?
Yeah, I'm going for it. I lit my dagger on blue light anyways.
Okay. You go for the stab.
First stab is dirty 20. Second stab is 16.
Hit miss.
Well, at least it's the bonus action one that missed.
The first one goes through its arm as it stabs you. Second one, you unfortunately, it like twists and writhes from the first one, so that you just don't get the accuracy from the second one.
1 lightning. Oh, that's garbage.
Mhm.
7 piercing.
Sure. Cromwell.
I will mind sliver again because it makes Cal feel good to land his spells.
Sure. Damn it. 4 again. So
6 damage, max damage.
max damage. And comes around to it. It is going to, with you, with Maisie
Kill
in
me.
its hand, it is going to throw you
Huh?
in what direction?
At the statue, at the statue, at the statue.
Okay, I will roll. What's the highest dice I have here? I roll this and see if it hits the statue. I'm going to roll a natty. Fuck off. It slams you into the statue. Less of a throw, it just like
That
bam,
That might
impacts you.
that might hurt you more, Rowan.
Yeah, probably, but it'll have a fun effect too.
You're gonna take 7 damage. I mean,
Yeah, I'm out.
You fall unconscious. The statue is just obliterated. But in one final moment, give me just before we finish off, give me a D1000. See what happens. If it's just like you get instantly revived.
315.
I hope it is.
315. Okay, so it's not that helpful for you in this moment, but as you impact, you would feel a strange sensation on your back as 2 glorious fairy wings just sprout out from your back, but you are in fact unconscious lying on the floor. Let's just put you down. And then as soon as it slammed you down, it once again, and yes, you can take an opportunity attack, goes flying off into the forest.
Oh yeah, I'm taking an opportunity to
Yeah.
climbing my sister about. I'm not gonna hit. That's a 9.
9 does not hit. In initiative, Neva, you are next up.
I will go over and give. I'm trying to give Maisie the potion of greater healing.
Sure, so you can feed that to her.
Which one?
Roll the...
Mine or yours?
Mine.
So that's greater
You roll
is
44 plus 4.
44 plus 4.
16.
Yeah.
Ooh!
So you wake up. It's a very weird experience. You sort of get flung, hit something, and then wake up on the floor, feeling like your back feels weird. Like you've got a backpack on or something. I mean, you kind of do, but you know what I mean. Like it's a weird feeling.
What's on my back? What's on my back?
Worms.
What's on my back?
We don't know. We can't see you.
Yes, you can.
No, we can see her.
Oh,
She
has
can't
she
see us.
popped back into visibility?
No, because previously, yeah, inverted.
Oh, yeah.
So, to describe a bit more, yeah, they're big, beautiful fairy
Oh, hell
wings.
yeah.
They've got like a long moth kind of tendril at the bottom of them, and they're these
Hell yeah.
glorious sort of light pinks and purples, all these like very, very light colors, kind of against how your general look is. But you know, whatever.
No, but you described moth wings, and I'm like, oh hell yeah. Rowan's like, oh hell yeah.
Maisie's like, oh hell no.
Oh no.
And on that,
This is so beautiful.
on that strange note, we will end up the session.
Just in case I will almost certainly forget this for next week, so I'm just going to quickly say it now, is I feel like the best plan, although you won't like it, is for Maisie to play dead. So that it comes back, and then we know that it's coming for us,
I've added
and
that
we
to my
can then
notes.
prepare something. Cool. Thank you.
I'm gonna fly away.
Do you actually?
like a bird
No.
on flying.
Alex, I do need to know though, can I add these permanently to a character model or
I'm not going to tell you for now, because
Damn it.
of course you're not going to know.
I would be
make them permanent?
I would be super surprised if you got permanent
Me too.
flight. That would
Me
be
too.
insanely overpowered.
Says the one playing a fairy on Terrace.
Yeah, but
yeah, but
starting with it is
as
different.
part of it. It's not as a bonus as on top of all the other racial shit. It's in place of getting other stuff.
So, as it flies off into the distance and Maisie goes, what the fuck is going on? We give some awkward waves. I promise we're doing the podcast. I promise we are.
I'm not. Alex is a
Wow.
liar.
That's so rude. I didn't say who
He lied
we
to
was.
us last week, and now he's lied to us
I
this
didn't say
week.
who we
What
was.
will
so
he
there
lie
you
about
go.
next week?
Well, it's more stroke
Goodbye.
than mine.
Enjoy. I'm just gonna stop. We'll just
It's freaking the world.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Dicebreakers. Thank you to Dark Fantasy Studio and Nicolas Jeudy for the use of their music in the episode. And a big thanks to you for listening. If you'd prefer to watch us on video, so you can see our actions and reactions, consider subscribing to us on YouTube. Don't forget to come back next week to see what the characters get up to in the next part of this epic adventure. see you then.